Welcome back to another late night segment of your favorite black male show, the Brother Peel podcast. We're so glad to have you with us tonight. We will try to get back on to regular time tomorrow. But tonight's topic we have for you brothers, an exceptional one. One that you never hear anybody talk about, but you know the motherfucker should exist. And that is beware of fast talking niggas. Now, before we get into the conversation tonight, I am one of your hosts, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Follow me on my main page, O'Shea Duke Jackson, on YouTube. Over 42,000 subscribers on that page. Subscribe and confirm, hit the bell. And on this page, follow the Negro Manosphere, www.negromanosphere.com, the lifestyle blog of black men. Every day we post over there. And let me introduce the living legend himself, the one and only Steve Dean Williams. What's up, Steve?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? www.themanmindset.com. This is your boy, the motherfucking Dean.
All right, Steve, let me kick off the show because when I gave Steve the show topic, as many of you guys don't know, a lot of these shows we do at the last fucking minute. We just freewheel it, freestyle it. And so Steve was out with his wife and he comes back, says, okay, I'm ready to do a show. So what's in the title of the show? I said, fast talking niggas, beware of them. He said, what the fuck does that mean? Well, I'm glad Steve asked that question and you asked that question. Now, listen, brothers, assuming that you are in some stratification of a black community, whether it's poor, middle class, or affluent, there's certain people who destroy the black community. Number one, you have preachers, black churches. One of the biggest enemies of black communities in the last, I would say 30, 40 years. You have your drug dealers. I believe you have your single mothers, right? You have your liberal black thinking Democrats. And then in each stratification, you have what I call these fast talking niggas. Now, these dudes are what we could call con men. Now, they're not always trying to con you out of, let's say, your savings or your money. But what fast talking niggas are always trying to do is to paint a picture of something that they are when they are really something that they are not. And we want to help you brothers tonight understand fast talking niggas. Now, these fast talking niggas are not just black men. These fast talking niggas are black women too. Now you're going to ask me, how do I know this? Well, you meet a chick. You have a conversation. The woman is into you. What does she start talking to you about? Yeah, you know, I'm not like other chicks. You know, I work, I go to school, and a lot of chicks out here is hoes. I'm not no hoe like that. I don't be doing what these other bitches be doing and everything. Stop the show. Now, a lot of times you don't even ask her this stuff. She volunteers you these, you know, this particular information, and she's trying to prove to you early on that she's different than everybody else. Now, although you can look at her, tell she has the same weave that everybody else do. She a single mom like almost all the other bitches are. But again, here she is trying to fast talk you, trying to make you believe that she's something that she's not. Now this is a great understanding of who gets fast talked. You got to understand this. If you're a nigga that ain't doing shit in your motherfucking life, you will never meet a fast talking niggas. Fast talking niggas never deal with niggas who don't have shit. I'm going to say it again for some of you young niggas out there or some of you older niggas out there that don't really understand this game. If you are a nigga who not doing a motherfucking thing in your motherfucking life, a fast talking nigga will never come your way. Because a fast talking nigga understands a nigga who ain't shit and ain't got nothing popping. He ain't gonna fuck with you because you the same way as him. But a fast talking nigga is always going to, as Steve the Dean says, hunt. Now, Steve, he's getting the show set up. We'll talk about how these people hunt you. But a fast talking nigga is looking for somebody that's already on the come up or already there. And a fast talking nigga, he will have certain things to play the position of what a successful person should be like. The fast talking nigga is going to look good. Fast talking nigga will sound pretty good. Fast not talking nigga can talk that shit. And you got to understand, as a black person, a lot of times in our community, we like what we hear. We are attracted to niggas that have that kind of mouthpiece. We have that game, and we don't necessarily. And people who fast talkers know that they got to have is mouthpiece and no accomplishments. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Fast talking nigga named Dr. Umar Johnson. This nigga been talking about he gonna build the school, raise all upwards types of money, got the money, didn't even start off small, and was in a whole bunch of scandals, lying and shit, got caught up, was in the beef with Sour Suit, said he got caught up. Now, here's the thing. The reason why Umar Johnson has not lost his support, a lot of the support, because he is a fast talking nigga. What he sounds like, it sounds good. It's a narrative that a lot of black folks like to hear. Independent. It sounds very strong, sounds very militant. And again, when you have a nigga that got that kind of mouthpiece like Umar Johnson, that's a straight up A1 fast talking nigga. Fast talking nigga like that gonna get money. He gonna get bitches. He gonna get all of that. But see, again, you have to go beyond what a fast talking nigga is saying. And then you gotta pull receipts on this motherfucker. I'm gonna let you right now. You gotta pull receipts on a fast talking nigga, because if you don't, a fast talking nigga will make you feel that he got so much mouthpiece and so much game, he can sell water to a well, fire to hell, bars to a motherfucking jail cell. That's what fast talking niggas do. Now, Steve, are you ready now, player, so you can weigh in on this? Because you know I can talk all day about these niggas.
Going, dog. You good? I just want to let you know the lines are open. Keep going.
Lines are open. So you got to understand that if you an ain't shit motherfucker, a fast talking nigga ain't going to hit you up. But a fast talking nigga is going to look for motherfuckers that got money, niggas that got clout, niggas that got some status, people who got it genuinely, hard work, you work for it. And fast talking niggas are cherry pickers. And fast talking bitches are cherry pickers. They are looking and they're hunting those people who got it honest, because even though a fast talking nigga trying to use you, he do respect you though. I'm gonna say it again because I know it's too much game going on right now. A lot of you niggas can't understand what I'm saying. Fast talking niggas respect the hustle because they wish they could do it, but they can't. So let me talk about this real quick. I'm gonna go to my man Steve, because me and Steve talked about how women hunt simps. Let's kind of tie that in to fast talking bitches. Steve, talk about this classic show that we did a few months ago about how these women hunt certain particular people based off of what they have.
Yeah, it's going around right before their eyes because the thing is, a lot of guys think that what they say to women is the first thing she's ever heard in her life. All day, every day, even maybe when she was 9, 10 years old, she has heard it all, seen it all. So when she sees somebody that's playing games with her, she becomes the hunter. But with through that, she takes guys for what the fuck they have, because a lot of these black men don't have standards, and a lot of these black men are soft. You know, they bend over backwards and they compromise their standards. And when a woman feels that, there's got to be a balance there. Now, again, I'm not to say she doesn't sleep with that guy, but there has to be a balance. So if she gives this, now here, it is the funny thing. If she gives this motherfucker her time, there has to be a payoff. Keyword, her time. And the payoff is him coming out of his pocket, giving his spine and his balls to the bitch.
Okay. Now, can you go a little bit more further into that game real quick so these niggas understand what's going on right now?
Well, yeah, and they do it all the time, and they do it where a lot of these guys don't understand. You know, it's funny how most of these motherfuckers will buck up to a guy, but when they get in front of a woman, they buck up like a bitch. They just fold up, excuse me, like a bitch. And when a woman can tell that you are weak and you have no spine, and just because you have a nice car, you have money, you have a nice house, or you have a, I don't know, a nice ride and all that other bullshit. Don't think you doing shit. because she know you ain't doing shit. Because she know that you the kind of motherfucker that has worked hard, which is not a bad thing, but you ain't in those streets. And she knows that you on another path. You're successful. Maybe you were that nerd. Maybe you were that geek. Maybe you were that nice guy. But one thing she know for sure: once you get that paper, you have never ran into a woman like her because she's the greatest hustler there ever is, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. And for those of you who are listening, we appreciate you here. We know that it's another late show. And also for some of you guys who are just coming into the chat, we appreciate to like the video. If you're on the restream, like the video and share the video. We would like for those who are on the live stream, please call in 515-605-9373. Now, Steve, in order for a person to hunt, a person needs certain equipment, right? And I'm going to paint the picture here for those of us who are listening. You cannot be a hunter if you don't have some type of gun, some type of weaponry, and all of this. You cannot do that. You need to have the certain tools. Now, what are the tools of fast talking niggas and bitches? We'll deal with bitches first. The tools fast talking women use when they hunt you: tight dresses, Instagram booty pictures, right? Low cleavage shots. Okay. Again, there are certain things that will reel in the prey. Now, you have the old mousetrap, and many guys are familiar with that. You put the cheese on the trap. And if the mouse is dumb enough to go get that cheese, sometimes he'll get it and not get killed, but a lot of times he does, right? So you got to understand that fast talking bitches have their certain tools. Fast talking niggas have their tools. One of the first tools I want to talk about, Steve, real quick, is that fast talking niggas are socially great. Now, this is what I mean, Steve. A motherfucker who doesn't have shit, hasn't worked on building himself out his life. A con artist has one thing that a lot of people don't: an excellent disposition and a great personality. He's excellent at meeting, greeting, shaking hands, kissing babies. A nigga like this don't need a college degree. Okay, so Steve, let's talk about that real quick, because a lot of con men, a lot of niggas who own that bullshit, they are socially skilled. They have a great personality. They can meet friends easily. They can get into inner circles easily. Steve, can you weigh in on these types of people?
Yeah, because the thing about a con artist is that they are masters of reading people. In order to gain, again, what you got to understand is that you are either a hunter or prey in this. And in this scenario, most of these individuals, if not all of them, are called a mark. That's what you are, a mark. But in order to gain their mark's trust and pull off their plans, these con artists have to be experts at reading people.
Okay,
And
let's
that,
stop right there. That is so excellent. Reading people. Please continue, because dog, you're a genius sometime, man. I have to really praise you, because you saying some real shit, dog. Go ahead.
but also the thing about a con artist, we have two calls in the queue, but another thing about a con artist is strength can be his greatest weakness as well. While all of us think that we're innocent and everything every day, as being the most commonly taken advantage of, not we as in me and O'Shea, you guys, because the thing is about a con artist is he, like you said, he lets himself in to your world. But see, the rule of the game is the more control you think you have, actually, the less control you have. See, the rule of the game is to make you think that you are in control. Thus, you're losing control
Mm-hmm.
back in. The con artist is like the woman and the guy. Well, the woman, she's gonna make you feel like, you're the man. I love you, baby. Anything you want, daddy.
Mm-hmm.
You my baby. But I need a bill paid. I'm hungry.
Mhm.
Can you buy me this dress? But the con artist guy is the same way. He comes as Moses himself, the Messiah, to a lot of you guys, because most of you guys, the majority of black men, what they do, what I call O'Shea, playing poker with their cards facing the other direction. The con artist knows that you're the mark, but you make it so easy for him. Why? Because he knows there are key words that he can use that will draw you in like a light to a moth to a light. Key words: white supremacy,
Mhm.
police brutality,
Mhm.
slavery.
Mhm.
Things like this are key words that he knows he can use because he knows that your feelings, that's a female trait, are hanging on your shoulder,
Mhm.
because he knows you don't think with logic. So he will come as the great Messiah and say, I'm going to lead you. Just follow me, and I'm going to lead you to understanding and help you fight this invisible thing out
Mhm.
there. And we're going to fight it together. I got your back because I'm going to key on your deficiencies, your
Mhm.
problems, your fears, the fact that you live in the past. Those are all the things that the con man is going to roll up in that bake, and he's going to make a nice pie, and he's going to hand it out to all you motherfuckers to eat. And when you eat it, you gain his trust. Just like a child gains a trust of a stranger. He comes at that child because he looks at you like the same way. The stranger goes at the child, innocent. Oh, is your parents around? How can I help you? Would you like a lollipop? Well, let's go find your parents together. He does, a lot of people probably say, oh no, not me. Oh, yes, you. Oh,
Mhm.
yes, you.
Mhm.
Because all he has to use are key words: white supremacy, racism, history, police brutality. And now Colin Kaepernick. Use those names, Black Lives Matter. There's a list of them
Mhm.
because he knows those key words are going to draw you in.
Yeah, that. Wow, that was excellent, man. And people were asking a certain, if we think of Coleman Young, I mean, if you guys remember Coleman Young from Detroit, he was able, and he died in the mid 90s. He's probably the worst city mayor of any city in recent history. He was a terrible guy. And these are the talking phrases that he used. He actually would have been a mayor for the sixth time in a row if he wouldn't have got critically ill. So again, in the black community, a lot of your con men, you hear these talking points: slavery, police brutality, legacy of slavery. The white man has his foot on our net, white supremacy. A lot of these guys are con men, and you have to understand that the guys like Steve was talking about, while they individually preach this message and they individually benefit, the community that these guys are supposing to help does not. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about real quick before we go on. We have a great show tonight. There is a guy named the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Now, writing for the Daily Call, I believe, in 1964 or 65, this was the same person that called for the death of Malcolm X after Malcolm X had exposed that Elijah Muhammad was lying. Okay. Now, a few years after that, and even admitting that the Nation of Islam had the right to do what they did to Malcolm X, you saw a Million Man March where the Nation of Islam raised all of this money, and they were supposed to account for the money with taxes. Never happened. Raised another Million Man March 2 years ago. A lot of money came. Nothing happened. Now think about this in Chicago in 2017, where the Nation of Islam is at, where Minister Louis Farrakhan is at. There, the Nation of Islam has done absolutely nothing for that city, despite talking about these same things. the white devil, slavery, police brutality. The nation has done absolutely zero. But individually, the nation, they're buying property. The nation, they're buying land. They're buying farms because their inner circle is doing better, right? And you see this with black churches. You see the pastors who are preaching to women, oh, God's going to send you a man, even though these chicks have 3 to 4 kids already fat, out of shape. You know, you notice that the con man is preaching a message that sounds good. Go ahead, Steve.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, you have 2 in the queue. I'm sorry. Go
2 in the queue. Yeah, they preach a message that sounds good, but the only people who are going to benefit from that is them. Okay, Steve, let's bring on the caller if you like.
All right. Yeah. Let's see here. Area code. Area code anonymous. Oops. Here we go. All right. Area code 111. What's your name? Where you calling from, sir?
Steve.
218 call back.
218 is Angel. Yeah, we'll let Angel talk later, man. We'll Angel. This ain't a show for Angel.
Y'all guys, the lines are open. Y'all want to call me?
Yeah, y'all. So Steve, let's continue on with the other parts of this. Okay, fast talking niggas. One thing I've noticed about them, the second thing I've noticed about is their willingness and ability to adapt. Now, now think about this. When you are a fast talking nigga, let's say Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson can appeal to very highly educated black people that are in corporate black America that make a lot of money. He can also be very ghetto and hood, like his Sarah Suit and City beef, and he can appeal to the streets. Okay, so the fast talking nigga understands that he can be a chameleon, right? Because he has to be able to appeal to all levels of people that he wants to con. Now, you got to understand is because some blacks, if they feel that you talk too proper, that you are a sellout, it will even turn off certain people. They won't fuck with you. For example, a guy like Cornel West, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, the people like that, they're very fluent with the high level of the English language as far as words. So they'll lose a lot of people. But a con man is going to try to diversify his image to sound down. Let's talk about that, Steve. The con man or the fast talking nigga has an ability to adapt.
Well, he has to adapt because he's dealing, even though he's dealing with the same kind of people, they still sometimes have different personalities. So what they do is that they try to be absolute. They try to be prophets of something, you know what I mean? And they are strong, they're controlling, and they're a person who truly demands submission from these people. And these people, again, when they use these techniques, they're designed to stimulate the emotions. Now, key word here is emotions, not the logic, O'Shea, the emotions of these men. Because in order to influence somebody, you have to have them locked in emotionally. So then what they do is they push this, let's be a group, Black Lives Matter, over trying to be an individual. You're not alone. We all are beat down. I mean, my great grandmother got lynched by the white man too. I understand what you're going through. Come on in. Like the church. Come on in, give me your 10%. I believe in you. You just get on your knees and pray. We are going to save you together. Just give me your money. But for them, they use them and they don't use guys like they do in the church. They do something different. They use them as marketing, free marketing. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, well, this is what we need to do. We need to be more stronger. So what I need you to do is I need you to go out there, find some people. I know you know some people that can understand our plight. can understand how we being held down. You go and he's like, okay. Then he'll run to his friends. Hey man, dog, I ran into this cool cat, man. He all about the black man and fuck the white man. Oh, really? Yeah, man, come on. And they do all the work for him, and the one that reaps all the benefits, O'Shea. You do have calls. I just want to let you know. But
How many calls you got, Steve?
3 in the queue.
3 in the queue. Okay. So before we get take the calls, we'll just real quick. Thank you so much. We had a brother that did super chat, CISC 2808. What up, Steve and O'Shea? Keep feeding us this game. We hungry. Brother, we are so glad that you fund us here. Okay, for $10. Appreciate you guys for that. Again, brothers, understand this is a black male show, the Brother Pill podcast. We talk about shows and different information that don't nobody else talk about on the World Wide Web. So again, brothers, we can tell the truth because brothers are supporting us, right? So like I said, if you're a brother haven't donated in a while, we always urge you, let us know you appreciate us by either super chat if you have an Android phone. Support the Black Male Media Show. For those of you listening on to the replay, join us over at www.patreon.com/Negro Manosphere or our Steve's Patreon, www.patreon.com/the man mindset, because it costs money to produce quality shows. We are trying to improve our stuff. So brothers, please like the video and share it. Let's go ahead and bring on the caller, Steve. I'm just gonna get some water real quick. Okay.
619. Let me go and bring you in. 619. What's your name? Where you calling from, sir?
What's up, guys? This is Mr. Reese. What up, Steve?
What's going on, sir?
So, with this topic, I would like to say that I would say that kind of the point you guys are touching on that I can kind of relate to, just as being like a businessman and a salesman. Like a lot of the qualities. Now I'm young, so don't take that from me before I even get into what I'm trying to say. But the qualities you're saying, to me, I don't feel like those are bad qualities. But when do you feel like the con artist, it becomes like a con artist? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like I feel like I want to say you guys kind of do the same thing in a sense, but how can we tell you're not a con artist?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not telling you to follow me. I'm not telling you that.
Right.
I'm not telling you. I will never ever be problematic. I'm always solution based. These guys are not. I'm always about solving things, but what they do is they look for individuals who have a desire to want to belong to something. Guys who are not assertive, guys who are gullible, guys who have low tolerance, guys who have cultural disillusionment, that lack of self-confidence, ignorance. You know, these are the guys that, again, are angry and mad. Think about this, young man. Think about someone who lives with their mother. Now, why do you think young men join gangs? Because it's a feeling of belonging to something, because a lot of young men want to belong to something. When if they knew the secret of the sauce is that you don't have to belong to anything. A man mindset is singular. It is your mindset. It is not my mindset. It is yours and yours alone. So what we do on our end, we're not about sitting here holding your hand, holding a candle, singing Kumbaya, poor me, you know, it's okay. Hopefully it'll get better one day type bullshit. That's the difference.
Right.
That's the difference, young man.
Right. See, I've been watching like YouTube videos for a long time, but I can never get into those type of YouTube videos. Even though I kind of felt like at one point I had those same beliefs, those type of videos kind of they all sounded the same as far as what they're trying to, the way they're trying to dig into you to get you to follow them. You know what I'm saying? Well, compared to the reason why I guess I've been listening to you guys. I guess that is the reason is it's kind of about finding yourself instead of following the path that you got. You're laying down. So that right there is definitely respected. That's what I was pretty much asking.
Yeah, well, no, even 619, even in the day, like I'm in the dating field, they got guys who do that as well. You know what they do? Hey, I used to be you. I used to be the nerd and loser. I used to couldn't get women until I took this magic pill right here. Now look at me. See, let me explain how that works real quick while O'Shea's taking a break. What they do is just as bad as the con artist, but they do it in another way. All right, let's take a boot camp with white guys. A boot camp is going to cost about $1,300 to $1,500 for a 3-day boot camp, okay? So what they do is they'll take the money, okay? They'll take $500. Now remember, for one person is $1,500. They take $500 of that one person's money. Now remember, there's probably 20, 30 guys. They take one $500 thing from one person. And what they do is they hire women. And then what they do is, again, as a mark, it's all about product placement. You be in the club in that section, you be in the club in that section, you be over here, you be over there. And when I come up to you, you give me a little bit of resistance, but then you either rub my face, hug me, or kiss me, okay? So then, let's say you're the guy, 619. 619 used to be just like you, man. I couldn't get girls and I sucked. And come on, let's go on this thing. I got this invisible magic card trick. Watch this. So then what he'll do is he'll go up to one girl, a nobody. They'll turn him down and they'll be like, oh shit, it didn't work. He's like, no, but you got to keep trying because it's the try, man. That's what I used to do. So then he'll go to the first mark. And what is she going to do? She going to touch him, start rubbing his face. And you'll be like, oh shit, results. Right. And then you'll be like, well,
gullible will fall for anything.
Yeah, fall for anything. But then he's like, well, I'm not too sure. Okay, he said, well, let me pick somebody else. What about that chick over there? And one by one, he does it until he has you believing that you can walk up to women showing them invisible cards. And then when you do it, he'll tell you, no, you're doing it wrong. You got to buy this. Then you got to buy that. Because he's going to keep you in the problem without giving you the solution and the answers. So that we're just saying in dating thing, but that's the same thing what these guys are doing to these young black men. I've always told you guys, as a black man, I tell you, learn from your past. Don't ever forget your history. Know where you came from. Learn where you came from. Do everything you can to learn your lineage, right? But with that being said, never use that to make an excuse of why you can't do better today. That's what we talk about as solution-based, where these guys are going to give you a compounded excuse. Oh, you can't do it because you know what? Your ancestors were slaves, and that's why you can't do it. You can't do it because
See now,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. No, go finish what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying you can't do it because a police officer beat some motherfucker up over in Mount Olympus. You can't do it now. You can't drive your car and be safe now because there's a motherfucker over there in Loch Ness that was looking for Loch Ness monster got beat up by a cop. Because you got beat up by the cop, you gotta be worried about yourself. But then guess where you get the reinforcement? It's just not him working you. It's the media that reinforces it. As you remember this, let me just give you an example. I don't know if O'Shea's back, but let me give you this quick example. You remember when that crazy ass white motherfucker shot up the movie theater in Denver? Yep. They did such a great job. They made motherfuckers all over the world feel like, oh shit, I can't go to the movies because if I go to the movies, I'm gonna get shot. That's how they work.
Hey,
yes.
That's the same thing out here in Vegas. I live out here. I live in Las Vegas, and you know the Vegas shooting just happened the last month or the beginning of this month. The same thing. People like if you go walk down, like I frequent with the strip. I used to be a bartender on the strip, and like every now and then I go visit a few friends, and if you can see people with signs saying "Don't go to big events," "Don't go to this event tomorrow." Literally, like probably right now, there's probably people walking on the strip with signs saying "Don't go to this big event," you know, tomorrow on the 28th or whatnot, because they're trying to instill that fear.
One quick thing.
But what I did want to
okay, real quick. Let me say one quick thing about that. Let's just say a real quick thing. Now, if you and I were competitors in Vegas, how about I slide some for like I saw O'Shea, little dumb motherfucker monkey ass walking down the street need money. I was like, hey O'Shea, here's about $50. Why don't you grab this sign and 619 is having this big event. Why don't we go ahead and hold that sign up and tell people don't go to that event because they might get shot. You see what I'm saying? That's how they work it. So I'm sorry, but yeah, go ahead. You have the floor, sir. What would you want to say?
Okay. So what I did want to say is as far as like, because I feel like that you guys' points are super valid, but I feel like it can also be kind of maybe taken the wrong way because the characteristics of the individual you're describing, I feel like is it's good to have those characteristics, but it's about how you use it. Because I kind of say that to myself every day.
Exactly.
Now being that I'm young, I'm still trying to find myself. I'm very knowledgeable, but I'm still trying to find different pieces that I can, take apart from what you guys are saying. And this was one of the things. I want to separate myself from appearing like a con artist rather than because I never have ill intentions with anything I try to do, whether it be selling my service or giving advice. That's some of the things that I always do. But I can tell that there's individuals like myself who do come across the same way, but their intentions are those of a con artist, and that is sometimes is what young men, young people in general, women and men in general need to realize the difference between someone. Always look at the intentions that they're trying to have rather than just what they're saying.
But you can't do that today. Let me tell you why. Oh, and O'Shea, you back, big dog?
Yeah, I'm back.
I'll just throw the O'Shea real quick. This is why you can't do that today. Because most young men, your age, young man, are not based off of logic. Now, logic, hey, what you're saying, I wholeheartedly agree. There used to be a movie called They Live with Roddy Piper, right? And it was everybody were aliens, but they looked like humans. And when you put on the glasses, you could see the difference, right? That's the same thing when you have when you have logic, you can see and cut through the book. Right there, you go. Yes, you can. But like these young men, they indoctrinated with mom, and mom is not logical. Mom is emotional. So it's the emotions that blind them.
So when I'm having conversations with people, because I'm very logical, I see straight through, I see straight clear waters, like, directly through people with anybody that I come across. And people can realize that I'm like that just by the way I kind of interact with them. But how do young men adapt that if they can, like, how do you learn that? Is that something that's learned, or does that have to be in you? You know what I'm saying? Or is that something that by listening to you guys that you can eventually adapt and start to character read people? Or is that just something like, hey, if you don't have that power, like you guys saying earlier, if you don't do shit with your life, you would never come across a fast talking, motherfucker, or you would never be able to adapt to that.
Well, is
that something that can be learned?
Well, let me use O'Shea as an example. I use O'Shea as an example. O'Shea is the prime example of exactly what you're talking about. Because if I met O'Shea and I didn't know anything about O'Shea, I want to know O'Shea's story. And what is O'Shea's story? He moved from the United States to Poland with nothing. He had nothing. And look what he's doing right now. And he didn't ask for any help. You've never heard him ever complain about it. He's always remained positive, and he always kept his eyes forward. And if that's not enough for you to realize that that motherfucker is on some real shit, then you can't be helped, because it's not what you say, it's your behaviors, young man. Because I can tell you my name is Kyle L, and I'm from Krypton, and fuck, man, I can leap buildings in a single bound and all that other bullshit. But until you see me do it, I'm full of shit. But O'Shea is doing it. He's living it right now. So if I wanted to know about success and I'm a young man, I need to bug the shit out of O'Shea to a point where O'Shea tell me, hey, look, motherfucker, you need to give me a break. Because I want to learn from him, because that kind of passion, desire, dedication, and discipline is something you rarely see in the black community nowadays. And he's doing it, not making any excuses, and doing it on his own. So I'm sorry, O'Shea, you got the floor, dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say this to Maurice, man. And you asked the question. I'm echoing a little bit.
Oh, let me see. Try it again.
Okay. So Maurice, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, you asked the question, how are you able to detect this, right?
Well, yeah. I'm able to detect it, but I'm saying that may not be the clear point across within this conversation. People might not understand how to necessarily detect it. But yeah, continue. That was my question.
Okay, unfortunately, just like with dealing with chicks, like if anybody asks like my information, if you listen to some of the things I talk about on my main page and this page, you will know I have like a deep understanding of relationships and bitches. Unfortunately, that comes with being years and years and years of being fucked over, right? A lot of times you dealing with fast talking niggas, you've been fucked over by them a lot of times. So sometimes to be able to, you know, see certain things in life, like, you know, where you got it or you don't. Some people have a good intuition for it because they've been taught it. If you haven't been taught it, you will be taken advantage of. So sometimes you have to get burnt, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You got to get burnt by people, man, to adapt skills. Certain things you get, like in evolution, people, you know, certain species have adopted certain things to help them survive longer. Otherwise, they'll die off. You know, certain, like I believe there's certain animals, certain deers, they come out of the pussy running real fast. You know what I'm saying? And that's for a reason. They come out as soon as they're born. You know, they walk a little bit and they can run fast. That's what they have to run fast in order to survive. You know what I mean? So certain things, man, you know, no matter what level of game you're on, there is somebody out there who can get you, who can take advantage of you. And you have to understand, in this game, especially dealing with niggas and these bitches, that it's gonna be always somebody that, you know, is gonna have, never think you have all the game, right? Because it's even been people that's played me here on YouTube. So you never stop evolving. And then once you learn, you just alter your game. And you see, most fast talking niggas, though, they have the same game. They have the same kind of mouthpiece. Most people do. This, you know, niggas pretty much dealing with black folks, they're gonna have the same talking points. And if you can tell a fast talking a nigga, it's gonna be a lot easier to tell a fast talking person from another race. So that's another thing we talk about today, is how do you find bullshit people from other races, because they don't necessarily operate off fast talk like fast talking niggas. But again, the point is, you know, when you come across certain personalities, you always want people to prove receipts. You can verify whatever it is that everybody that you deal with, make sure that they verify, even if it sounds good, all of that. Make sure you got documentation. We're talking about, if they say they a doctor, call the medical boards. If they say they graduated from this school, like I got a degree in engineering, don't take their word for it, man. You know, they want to do, what's the name of your school? When did you graduate? Call up to that school, say, did this person graduate from this school? Because it's public knowledge. You know, you have to go, before you start doing business with people, man, make sure you can verify who they are.
Right. That's a gold mine of information you just dropped on the viewers and myself as well, man. And look, Steve, you're gonna have me hitting up O'Shea. O'Shea, you already know I hit you up before, man. You're gonna have me hitting you up like, what's up, dude? Don't be.
Hey, man, I'm gonna put you on, bro. I know, like, the first time I was like, nigga, who is this? But you know, but you see how I was even treating you when you hit me up. I don't know you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm like, nigga, you could be, I don't know who you are, but you know, hey, holler at me though, man. Ain't nothing, I'll call you and shit. We can chop it up.
All right. Well, you got other
No
calls.
doubt, no doubt, man.
Right.
Let the next caller in, man. Appreciate y'all
All
time.
right, thank you, 619. All right, O'Shea, whenever you're ready, we have 3 of the queues here.
Okay, let's bring the other caller online.
All right, area code 410. What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your question, sir?
Oh yeah, hi, what's up, man? It's Rasan from Baltimore.
What's up, Rasan?
You hear me?
Yes, we can.
Ain't nothing, man. Chilling, man. Chilling. I just caught the show a little late, but I pretty much agree with what's the sentiment of what both of y'all saying. I just think no, but I just think it's kind of like the natural process. Like I remember when I was in school, I first went to college. It's like when you're first introduced to some sort of knowledge, it's like everybody jumped to being a liberal. Everybody was a Democrat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get older and you start gaining things and you get out here in the world and you realize a lot of those ideologies are bullshit. And I think when I first discovered like the quote unquote conscious community, is you gather around it and you're drawn to it. But then after a while, I think any reasonable man kind of sees that it is BS. And it is basically a bunch of cats preaching to a bunch of women. It's like a church. It's like the pastor, and you got a bunch of women listening to him that want to sleep with him, that are in love with him, and he gets a bunch of fans and groupies, and nothing really gets accomplished. So, I mean, I think, I'm not saying y'all are shitting on these cats, but like, I think any reasonable man after a while that doesn't see through the BS, like one second it's like Trump is a Nazi. we're about to be in concentration camps. Buy my T-shirt. You know what I mean? Like black economics. Buy my new DVD coming out, and then it's just like, I don't need no more T-shirts, man. Like,
Right.
You know, but that's pretty much all I want to say. I just think that's a natural process. I think eventually you kind of, as a young man, you kind of see that something isn't right in the world, and you see they're kind of leading us astray. So you gravitate towards these answers, and then after a while, you kind of like, you shake off the BS and you realize, you know, yeah, we built the pyramids, but what are we doing today? Yeah, the white man did something, but the white man ain't tell you to hit that crack pipe 20 years in a row, you know? So that's pretty much what I'm going to say, man. I'm supporting you guys. I'm trying to figure out the super chat thing. I guess I'm making my message too long, but I'm going to get off if y'all got any.
I want to say something to you before we know real quick. Your point about Donald Trump, and this is going to shock you, but there was a time that rappers, it were over 20 times, big name rappers used Donald Trump's name in their lyrics back in the day. Nas, he had one. Nas did it in 96. Jeezy did it in 2011. Raycon did it in 1995. Ludacris in 2003. T.I. did it in 2012. Lil Wayne did it in 2011. Kendrick Lamar did it in 2009. Diddy did it in 2006. Meek Mill 2014. Big Sean did it in 2011. J. Cole did it in 2010. Cypress Hill did it in 2001. Lil Wayne did it again in 2004 with Birdman. What's that? T-Pain and Fat Joe did it in 2009. So I can go on and on and on. If to the Nellies, to the Gucci Man. See, that's the whole thing that shows the ignorance of people, because everybody loved Trump until Trump said, see, you do understand it was Obama that made Trump become president, because Obama was talking shit. There's a video, y'all need to watch that. They were having a roast or something. Trump was in the crowd. Obama was at their podium talking shit to Trump about him can't be president or something. You can't tell a man what he can't do, especially a man with motherfucking money, determination, and fucking drive. So Trump started doing what he needed to do to try to work things out. And little by little, as he did this, people started hating him. But remember, everybody's hating this motherfucker over a secret conversation he had with men. And then other men are mad at him because he is real, that he doesn't give a fuck what you think. That's what makes a man a man. A man is not going to be swayed by your fucking, not you 410. Y'all motherfuckers ain't going to sway my thoughts. Y'all motherfuckers going to make me lose sleep because I'm trying to please you. Fuck you. And that's what Trump said. And the problem is, remember, if most young men have emotions and not logic, they're going to hate this guy because not too many people are used to seeing a real man talk shit and not give a fuck what you think. O'Shea, what you got on that, man?
Well, I mean, I want to address the earlier points that the caller made concerning most fast talking niggas appealing to women. Now, this is something that is very true. Most fast talking dudes understand that to appeal to brothers is very difficult. The only type of dudes that fast talking niggas are trying to really approach are what they consider squares, right? Dudes who are slow to the game, don't understand the game. That's why a lot of fast talking niggas audiences are fully women. Umar Johnson has a great female backing. Jamal Harrison Bryant, Brother Polite, the black woman is God. Now, on the flip side, with what we're doing in the Negro manosphere to appeal to black men, what we do every day, we have to be held accountable for anything that we get, whether that is money, whether that is donations. Black men and men in general, to appeal to men is a much harder thing, right? To gain the trust of men is very difficult. Again, I'm gonna say that it's much easier to gain the trust of women. To get black men, especially, are already going to be suspicious of you already, right? So to get an audience like what I have here in the podcast that appeals to black men is a very difficult thing to do. It's even much more difficult to get them to financially support you. So what I'm trying to say is men have a general intuition for bullshit, right? They understand that. And the caller brings up a great point that a lot of fast talking niggas, they are going to be appealing to women because women, again, they like to hear what they want to hear, even if it's not true. Men want to hear what is true, whether I like it or not, for the most part. If men want to hear the truth, they give it to me straight, motherfucker. Look, if it's something that I'm fucking up on, we might not want to hear it right now, but eventually men want to hear what am I fucking up on? What can I do to improve myself? So that's the difference. And caller, we do thank you for calling in. Steve, who's the next caller?
Next caller, another anonymous. 1-1. Do we have a 218? 1-1. What's your name? Where you calling from, sir? Okay, we'll move on to the next
one. No. Let's not move on. That's Angel. We'll get to Angel in a minute. But let's do this real quick. We need to get to the other points of the show. The other points of the show is for fast talking niggas. Something that you need to understand is number one, they're chronic liars. They lie about everything, right? But besides that, fast talking niggas are typically very well dressed. Very well dressed. Very well dressed. They will always typically have a very nice car. Now, why is this important? You don't see too many fast talking niggas as dusty, right? Black people, in order to appeal to black masses, we don't care that you have a lot of money in the bank or that you have a lot of assets, because most of us don't have a lot of money in the bank. We don't have assets, right? What we want to see is, what do you have on? What do you look like? What is your car looking like? To us, that is an immediate sense of your success, is what you're wearing right now. That's how black people judge folks, not even only in America, but in Africa, right? I want you guys to YouTube something called the Congo Daddies, right? And these are a group of dudes who spend all of their money on dressing real fly, but these motherfuckers is living out in the village in the huts. And every time they go to town, people are clapping for them, standing ovation, right? These guys are dead broke. Congo Dandies. It's a 30-minute video movie. You got to watch this shit. Look at how these guys get treated when they walk into town, even though they're dirt poor. And the thing about it is, black people, when we look at a nigga and he talks good and he dresses very well, we automatically think he has credibility. And based off of that, yes, it is on YouTube, we always take it for what they're saying is the truth, because you look good, you sound good, therefore you're credible. Let's stop the show real quick, Steve. This is not credibility. Dressing well, anybody can spend their whole paycheck or a year's worth of paychecks on clothes, perfume, belts, haircuts, nice cars, and all that shit. And them motherfuckers could be getting ready to be homeless, bankrupt, bad credit. Never let that shit fool your motherfucking ass. And Steve, I gotta talk about your neighborhood, right?
Oh, please, hey, you got it.
Your neighborhood, how much is your house worth again?
The house in Texas, because the prices are different. It's $6,000 here, which means if you have a $600,000 house up north, the house will be equivalent to maybe $1.5-2 million.
Stop the show. White people who have money, what do they dress like?
Like me, raggedy as fuck. They don't show shit.
Why is that?
Because they don't want people to know they have money.
Say it again.
They don't want people to know they have money. You'll never know how they look, because they dress down. They dress. I would say raggedy, but they just dress to blend in. They're not trying to stand out. That's the difference. We're not say we, but they're not trying to stand out.
Okay, so I thought I heard you thought I heard you right. People who have money care not to show people if they already know that they have success. They're not trying to show people that they have it, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, and they live in places where normal folks can't access it. They know they have the money. Why do they need to show it to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, stop the show real quick, Steve. I just want to weigh on this. One of my, I have two friends that I know that are millionaires. My buddy introduced me to. Both were Asian. You would never know. These guys. One guy had $10 million worth as net worth. Another guy was worth about 20 million. You would never know. You had to drive a mile a half into to get to their neighborhoods just to get there. They didn't want nothing to do with people, normal people for the most part. You know, this is what you guys need to understand. People who have money and who have success, they don't go around for the most part that I see, especially when I was in college at Berkeley in my post-bac program, and kids from Stanford were there and kids from UC San Diego. These guys are rich. They don't come to school looking like that, right? People who have money, they don't have to prove to you for the most part that they have money. You know, and that's the thing, that a lot of people who have a lot of stuff and they have credibility, they have homes and savings, they don't want you to know that they have that shit.
You look at Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates. Them motherfuckers, if you didn't know who they were, you think they just a regular old guy down the street, man.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing with Steve Jobs. When he was living, you like, who the fuck is this guy? We're the same thing all the time, worth billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Because he has the same outfit in his closet. He probably has 5 of the same outfits in his closet, man.
Exactly. So again, what I'm saying is this. Now, there are some people who do dress in luxury. I understand that, right? But I'm talking about fast talking con men again, right? You guys got to understand that these guys who don't have shit will always be talking about what they have. I got this. I got that. I can do this. You got to understand that. If a motherfucker who dressed nice and don't ever say that, that's fine. But a motherfucker who's dressing nice and always bragging about, again, it's the chronic lying. I have this deal. I got this deal. I have that deal. I got this going on. I got that going on.
Yeah.
And you thinking about it, if you got all that going on, why do you feel the need to tell me? Because really that nigga is looking for something from you. Go ahead, Steve.
But you can know because, but see, only in the black community, we the only ones that always try to stand out. Niggas wearing red suits and just green loud ass colors, and I mean doing all kind of shit that just show and stand out. And then when that motherfucker get robbed, he the first one get mad at everybody. Right. That's not how the game is played. If you got it, you don't need to show people you got it. They're gonna notice by your mannerisms and how you carry and conduct yourself. You don't even, Shay, you see this right here? This Rolex calls me about, the fast talking motherfuckers. Yeah, this Rolex calls me about it. And these boots there, they Gator, man. They some Gator shoes, dog. Those are the motherfuckers you gotta watch out for, because what they have been doing to you, young men, is they've been teaching you pipe dreams. Because y'all don't have to admit this shit, but if you go in your closet right now, for the majority of you motherfuckers, you got shit in there that you can't even wear anymore. Why? Because some athlete, some rapper, or somebody wore that shit, and you thought, if I wear it, it's going to give me the success and the women. And you got half you niggas got skinny jeans, half you dumb motherfuckers still sag your pants. Y'all, oh damn, O'Shea, let me shut the fuck up.
Let me do this real quick for those people in the super chat. There's some people I want to recognize, because we do thank you for donating, and keep the donations coming, brothers. We have this show. Let's see. We got 2. So we have Igavas. You don't like to have a message to learn from it. Thank you so much. So again, let me just say this for those people in the chat. Do not orange me. I'm going to repeat that again. Do not orange me. I'm going to say it again. Do not orange me.
That's in super chat.
That is why they have super chat. Now I'm gonna tell you guys this. For those people who do use the super chat feature, if you're on the replay and you catch the stream live, and those who are live right now, thank you, Darren Brown. Let me tell you guys something. I really appreciate the those people who do support the show, right? If you super chat or whatever, because it keeps the show going. I get up at sometimes 3 a.m. to do this show. Steve was with his wife doing the show. It's disrespectful for you niggas to come up in here, and when you want to try to get somebody's attention, you want to orange me instead of super chatting. And this is a black male show. Now we have to talk about this because again, you wonder why you don't have a lot of black male media outlets. We wonder why there are not black male TV shows or black male movie companies or black male movie industries. And again, here you have you niggas. When you have something that you're able to support, you want to try to go around certain things. And then when a person puts something together for you, a platform that's dedicated to you, this is how you show your appreciation. Now, I'm going to tell you just like this. And I'm only going to say this whole one time. You niggas can play with your kids. You can play with your dogs. You can play with anything you motherfucking want to play with. One person you're not going to play with is me. You can play with yourself. Oh, hold on a second. Let me ban this nigga. Mozart Gates out of here. So you can play with your kids. You can't play with me. Don't play with me. So again, we want you guys. Shout out to any updates on Jap. Yeah, Jap is doing pretty good. So again, brothers, this is a show for black men, and we take the money that we get to give you free ebooks, to give you free comic stuff coming up on the way. Support media that supports you. Okay? Don't be on no bitch ass shit.
You got a culture.
Because I understand. I hate to have to keep mentioning this all the time to you certain brothers. This is why a lot of people don't want to fuck with us. Okay? This is why a lot of people don't want to touch us, even though we have a 500 billion spending power because of bullshit like this. So do not orange me. If you have a question, super chat it. If you can't ask the question, if you have an iPhone or something, then go to Patreon and message me on Patreon. That's how this shit works. Okay, Steve, let's go to the next caller. And shout out to Roscoe and shout out to CISC for donating.
Area code, let's see, 316. Hold on a second.
Okay.
316, you're on. Which name are you calling from, sir?
My name is Ian, and I'm calling from Kansas, fellas. How you guys doing?
What's going on? Oh, he called yesterday. What's up, Ian?
Yeah, I dig on, man. That's cool that you remembered. Yeah, man, I called yesterday. I'm doing well, player, man. Thanks for taking the call. I just wanted to piggyback on what you guys were saying about the average millionaire, how you don't see them being really flashy. There's a book on that called The Millionaire Next Door that's fucking mind-boggling into the strategy that these guys play to retain their money. They tell you things like save up. First off, they say don't buy brand new cars. They say buy your cars 10 years old. And then they said save up the cash to buy the car outright with cash, but don't spend the cash on the car, finance the car, and keep that money in your savings account so that you can acquire interest on that car for interest on that money for how many years it's going to take you to pay it off to still make your money work for you. The tips and tricks that the rich use to stay low key and get their money is fascinating. Anybody who's interested in stuff like that, it's called The Millionaire Next Door. It's a fascinating book, and that's all I have.
Yeah. And let me just weigh in on that real quick, Steve. There was a guy, it's a story where a guy was living in the house. His dad was like pretty cheap, and he never knew like who his dad really, he knew his dad was like cheap, and they lived in an okay house. And then one day he goes to school and he sees like there's a newspaper clip, and they're the top richest people in the state. Say, hey man, it's your dad right here, right? Yeah. Your dad is worth $500 million. And he was like, what? He didn't even know his own dad was rich. Like that's, and Steve, how do you feel about that, dog?
Well, one thing my dad always, my dad has, he's got cake, just to say, but one thing he always said is, number one, I'm not giving you shit. You're going to have to earn your shit. Number one. But he always taught me to always focus on my earnings. He taught me always be decisive. He always told me don't show off, show up. He always talked about the greatest investment is in yourself, and really cut off the cancer. And that means anybody who is holding you back or holding you down, whether it's friends, family, animals, or Martians, you cut them motherfuckers out your life because they can only do one thing, and that's hold you back from your greatness.
Let me ask you this, if I can, Steve. When he says don't show up, don't show off, show up. Let's talk about that because a lot of people don't want to show up, but they can show off a whole lot. Talk about that real quick.
Well, like I said, the black community, we all about styling and flashy. We're about flashy things and trying to live a life that we're not living. I can't tell you how many people you see at the clubs that have maybe the really, really, really nice suit, but they ride the bus to work, or they live in a raggedy ass apartment, but they just trying to show, they're trying to fake like they have something, because everybody wants to be in that spotlight and be seen to be that guy. Like, I'm balling and I got this and I got that. But that's the problem. You're not supposed to, you don't show off what you have. You come as you are, because that's why that connects the dot to what I've always said, O'Shea. Having money, cars, clothes, and all that shit doesn't make you a man. You could be raggedy as fuck and still be a man at the end of the day, compared to someone who has shit and is not a man.
Steve, let me go into the next segment. You guys call into the show 515-605-9373 and press 1. And I want to also acknowledge people who did super chat. Again, let me do this. Roscoe, O'Shea, Rose, Kevin Samuels, call his name. You hating with the dollar super chat. Thanks so much, family. We appreciate whatever, all money helps to keep this going. We thank you for you brothers doing this. Steve, I want to talk about a lot of con or fast talking niggas. They do have access to big words and information, right? We got to talk about this. Most of your guys who are savvy in the black community, and this is good for you brothers, right? Because you brothers who are out there working hard and showing up every day, you are a target of a fast talking nigga. Okay. Because again, a fast talking nigga doesn't want to put in the work for himself. A fast talking nigga does not want to do anything up for himself. Okay. And so what's going to end up happening is they will use a lot of big words and information. So you'll hear a lot of them talking about books that they read, a lot of big words, big paraphrases, and they'll have certain vernacular. They'll try to bamboozle you with a lot of this knowledge, like Brother Polite, all this knowledge and stuff. Umar, all of this knowledge. They're always trying to drop knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But that knowledge, if you really look at it, it's not tangible to their own success in life. They don't have any infrastructure for themselves. So you got to understand that you cannot get bamboozled with niggas that have a lot of knowledge. Steve, let's talk about these guys who have a lot of knowledge but no infrastructure.
Well, they don't have to have infrastructure, because those who don't use logic are blind to this person walking on water type attitude. I've never seen anybody like this. I've never seen anybody talk like that before.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he must be real, because look at him. He's standing tall. He has his back. He has his shoulders, broad shoulders, and he's not slouching, and he's looking me directly in my eye, and he's doing all these certain things. So he must be the real deal. And because of that, I'm either going to give him my money, or I'm going to be an open book and a sponge and soak up everything he has to tell me, so then I can then tell somebody else, like a virus. That's how viruses work. Once they get hold of you, they pass off with your white cell. They go to somebody else and somebody else. And that's all we're doing, is passing on viruses, man.
Okay, let me just do this real quick. And I want to shout out to Chris Pride for the super chat of $5. Man, thank you so much. brother. Now, Chris, is this the? Did you get the first ebook that we have? Because currently, right now, we just have the How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours ebook. But we do thank you for that. And Steve, what you're saying is totally true about passing on that knowledge virus. And again, if you look at the guys who drop knowledge, they know nothing about building a society. And Steve, let me just weigh in on this real quick. I promise I won't be too long-winded. Brothers, we must know the difference between dropping knowledge and information and building infrastructure for yourself and for Black men. We got to understand that there is a big difference. You read a lot of books. That's good. I will never deter you from earning information. I will never deter you from that. I will never stop you from trying to learn information. It is good. But a lot of you feel that if you are a bucket of information, that you have arrived. Listen, I'm living here in Poland. Living in Poland for 2 years has changed my life. These people in Poland believe in developing a society, right? That means, can you build your own society where you can install your own 900 megabits per second internet? Can you build your own society where you can build your own medical hospitals, your own medical institutions? Can you build your own society when you build your own roads? Can you engineer your own buildings? Can you build underground railroads? Can you build subway systems? You see, this is the thing that makes you, as a man and a society of men, very powerful. And then can you take that information and go to other countries and then build infrastructure in other countries because they don't know how to do this? This is why the Chinese are so powerful. They are skilled people. They don't use useless information for anything because they can build societies. And see, where we are at as Black men, we have the money, we have the force, but we have just a bunch of useless information that can't build nothing. Put us, all of us Black men right now in the country, 20 million of us. Could we build a society like Poland right now? We don't even know where to start. Can we build our own farms? Can we build our own buildings? Can we manufacture our own glass? Can we manufacture our own newspapers? Can we manufacture all of these things? And see, that's the thing about, you got to understand that exactly, your own government. Can you form your own militaries? Can you form your own defense systems? And see, what Black men cannot do this because you're waiting on the white man to do it, and you're waiting on the white man to do it because you're so stuck dropping knowledge. And the thing about it is, you cannot just be listening and dropping knowledge and information. That is not practical. You have to be learning how to build roads. We need to be able to build buildings, to build medical institutions, to build factories. If you can't do it in America, you start doing it someplace else. And that's the problem with a lot of knowledge dropping niggas, that they don't understand that infrastructure is the name of the game. It rules the land. It rules the world. And if you are a man that cannot do this, and we are a group of men for the most part that cannot necessarily do this, or we don't have an elite group of men in our communities that can do, we're in trouble. Okay. So we need brothers not really working, caring about that fast talking knowledge and practical knowledge. Okay. That's how you become more valuable. That's why the Chinese are in Uganda building, because these niggas can't build for themselves. What's all that African history gonna do for you about Buganda and Muganda if you can't build your own roads? Do you know that's worthless information? All these books, if you can't build your own roads, worthless. Can't build your own schools, worthless. I'm sorry, Steve, go ahead.
Oh, no. Hey, 515-605-9373 is a number to call in. No, O'Shea, it's not just about worthless information. It's keeping them comfortable. See, the thing that a lot of people can't do, and we kind of discussed this on my show, is it's not the fear of failure that these young men are worried about, O'Shea. It's the fear of what they're going to become when they become successful, because that's not a road they've ever taken before. They've always been failed. They've always been knocked down, beat up. So they're used to feeling that way. Remember, keyword, feeling that way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But to gain knowledge and utilize that knowledge to better yourself, it's scary, O'Shea, for these young men. Because think about this, O'Shea. If I hang out with Ray Ray and Pookie or and ain't shit motherfuckers, we all cool and everything, and all of a sudden I start elevating up a little bit, then all of a sudden I'm gonna sell out to them. All of a sudden they don't want to hang out with me anymore. All of a sudden they're gonna be talking about me behind my back. And there's a lot of black men who are afraid of success, just like failure, but they're afraid more of the success because they're used to the failure so much. They're used to getting knocked down. But one thing they're not used to doing is being successful. There's a lot of them that want to be, but they just are scared to cross that street because of the backlash they may get from quote unquote the community, their family, their moms, or their friends, man.
Stevie, I definitely agree. Let's do this real quick for those people who are in the chat on the restream. Share the video if you're in the comments right now. Share it, comment, share it, and let me do this real quick for all of you who have not liked the video that's currently on the live stream. And if you're listening to the restream, like the video right now. We have currently 192 people watching, only 111 likes. That means we have 81 people who should be liking the video. Okay. And again, we not only need you brothers to like the video, but share the video. We're currently almost to 1,000 shares. We have 742 shares this month on the analytics. So if we have all 192 people to hit the share button right now and put it on their social media, we can get to that amount and we can get more subscribers. We can get more people viewing the podcast. So again, let's get the likes up. There is a super chat question, and I want to shout out another brother, Mills with Best, for $1 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you. Steve, I know Steve don't believe in God, but he gave us debate question. It's not really to the topic, but we'll ask him because he did donate $2. He says, debate question: do we really have money? Talking about black men as a whole. I'll let Steve answer that.
What you understand, there are very wealthy black men. Yes, we have money. The only reason you would say that is because, like we showed you before, those who have money and those who are wealthy, they're not trying to show off what they have. They're keeping quiet about it. But all races of men have money. Yes, blacks have money. They're like O'Shea always tells you about the spending of we blacks have a lot of power that we choose not to use because of our ignorance to what we've been taught by mom and other things. O'Shea?
Well, I'm gonna just double back on what Steve is saying. I live in the country of Poland, as you guys know. Poland's GDP is $469.5 billion. That's the economy of Poland, which they have like what? I mean, that's their GDP. That's what they bring in as far as the country. So black men have more money than that, right? For at least by $100-something billion. So that means we as a whole have more spending power than what the country of Poland has. Again, their spending power is about $1.14 trillion, right? So we have about half of that. But if you think of it, black men have a ton of money. We are rich. We're the richest black people, group of men on earth as a group. Black men are the gold standard when you talk about money, right? Any place in this country, if African American go to African countries, whatever, and a group of African American men will show up, I can guarantee you'll be the most sought after group of men there. Now, the point is that while black men have the money, okay, while black men have the money, black men do not have a group of people who have necessarily certain skill sets that can move the gender and race, I would say, along the path. We don't have a lot of organization, right, as far as politically. We don't have a lot of black men who are in other countries like the Chinese, who are bringing that money back to the black male community in the United States. We don't have the organization. And so since we don't have the organization, we don't control even our own media. We don't control any forms of media really in the United States. We cannot grow that money, and therefore we cannot move that money to do anything else. We can't take that 500, billion spending power and make it something else. We don't build any schools. We don't. So really, that $500 billion is kind of just, you might as well just burn it up, right? And so the issue is this, brothers. We don't even need a tenth of that money. We don't even need 0.5% of that money. What brothers need to do is to get out, start voting, start buying your political elections where you're at again, and start donating money to political campaigns that suffice your agendas. And slowly but surely, brothers can start buying their own political sway. That's the American way. And we just don't have enough black men who are ready to play the game, right? But it all starts off small. Like I said, even with this show, we have 11,000 subscribers. There are nights, this super chat could make a ton of money, right? That just goes to show you that black men have money. You guys have disposable income. But again, it's about black men supporting one another that they can, and trying to grow this thing. So we got any more calls, Steve?
But I just want to say something to Vic and the guys out there that's talking about you being broke. This is what we're talking about. Who gives a fuck if you're being broke? What the fuck are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? That's the problem with y'all black men. Y'all, it's so easy to say I'm broke and I ain't got shit. But when you ain't doing shit, you ain't gonna get shit. All right, let me bring in 267.
Okay, let's bring in 267.
267, what's your name? Question, sir. What you got?
I kind of missed the beginning of what you guys were talking about, how black people don't stick together. I drive around and I look at the young kids, they're not even going to school no more. Like, there's a bunch of kids just walking up and down the streets in the cities and they ain't doing shit. All they want to do is rap. So it's a different time, it's a different generation. I think we're more so focused on being cool now. It's almost going to be a lost cause because of this Instagram stuff. And what you guys think as a collective we could do about that?
Dude, I hate to be rude or anything, but it's like, it has nothing to do with this show. So again, thanks for calling in, fam, but what are you talking about? This has nothing to do with this. This show is called Fast Talking Niggas, and you're talking about something completely else. Steve, put him on mute. Put him on mute.
Yes.
Okay. I'm attempt to actually listen, brothers. Listen, we love you guys, right? If you guys want to call into the show, don't call into the show and want to talk about something that ain't got nothing to do with the show. What sense does that make? You know what I mean? The name of the show is Fast Talk. If you don't know what the show's title is, why are you calling in? Then you want to call in and ask something that has nothing to do with the show, which not only is that disrespectful to the host, it disrespects the people who listen to the show. So now you want us to address something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Now, again, I'll give you a solid though. Again, what you see is these homes, you can't do nothing about it without dads. All right. Without good, strong fathers, you won't get shit. So until you see good, strong fathers there, that's what's happening. But again, I gotta talk to you niggas, man. Don't call into the show if you don't know the topic. Just watch it on YouTube. Because again, you're not contributing to the show. All right, Steve, what do you want to say on that?
I understand that he has issues, but you gotta understand, like you said, it's a time and a place for those questions, and it's not saying it's a bad question. It's just it's disrupting the flow that's going on, basically. So, guys, if y'all have questions, just kind of keep it in the context of the show, so we can keep the flow of the show going. Because if we getting everybody in the mindset and building the blocks. But if we got to stop building to answer other questions that have nothing to do with this, we're doing more of a disservice to those that are listening. That's what I want.
And shout out to Steve for that one, man. Hey, bro, we love you. We ain't got no beef with you, nothing like that. We just want, hey, listen, if you want to participate on the show, man, just call in and talk about what we're talking about on that particular day. Shout out to my man, Just Trap a Lot, $10. And my man, John Paul, I got 10 more minutes and I got to get up at 4 a.m. and hit the shop. Shout out to John Paul. Listen, man, this is a great show, man. We want you brothers who are on the show right now to like the video, okay? So continue to like the video. And also, for those of you who are watching and have not subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, okay? We want you to do that. So let me see you brothers going to like the video that have not liked it yet. I want to see you doing that. I also want to see you share this video, okay? So if you share the video and if you're on right now because you want to help other brothers get this game, hit shared at the bottom, all right? Steve, we got any more callers?
Yeah, we have, let's see, I think 316 already came in. 410 didn't press the button. Then we have a 218.
That's Angel. Okay, bring Angel in.
All right, Angel, let me bring you in, Angel. All right, Angel, you're on, Angel. What's going on?
Nothing much. I just wanted to give my opinion. Even though I'm not black, people have called me a fast-talking nigger at times. So I just want to put that out there. But I know Steve hates me calling in all the time, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it at that.
Angel, I never said anything bad about you, buddy. We love you, Carl.
Well, it's just that the last time I called, you had a frowny face where you were like angry at me.
No, Angel. No, I'm not. I'm never mad at you, Angel. We love your calls and everything, buddy. No, it's not you. My frowny face is just sometimes I read the chats and things like that, and they just upset me. It has nothing to do with you, buddy. We have nothing but love for you, buddy.
Shout out to Angel pimping.
We'll keep the chat and the call separate. Let's just put it at that.
Okay.
All right. So a shout out to Angel, man, and everything else. Let me shout out to Darren Brown real quick, and let me kind of talk about this because he did super chat. So if you take every black professional athlete and every black entertainer and every black individual, it adds at least $100 billion. Let me just, as a subtopic of this super chat, because if you super chat, I will address it, right? Let me say this. In black men, I want you guys to understand this. That is true, right? But again, brothers, we're going to have to start trying to build the black male infrastructure and giving other brothers a game. It's going to take, I would say, listen, it might take a few hundred years, right? We might be dead and gone before black men get out of this bottom of the barrel hole that we're in right now. The next generation should be better than this one. But again, we're going to know that the liberal left is looking for athletes and entertainers to bail us out, even though they do, like you said, have $100 billion, right? The problem is with that every black athlete and entertainer and most of those people are for the liberal left. They're about keeping things the same and complaining, right? They are not solution-based people. So at the end of the day, you can't use their money, right? That money, neither do you want it because that money is coming from the liberal left. You don't need it, right? Black men, you're going to have to start building your own communities with the money that you do have. That's the truth. The truth about it is we don't have the ability to go to our entertainers or our media and stuff like that. Anything that black male media is going to have to evolve into, or black men getting rights in this country, you're going to have to do it in spite of those people. You have to do it with your own money, your own time, and your own efforts and your own resources. And it may not even happen in your own lifetime, but you got to start somewhere. Steve, what do you think about that?
Yeah, the thing that you don't understand, I guess you know, but you might not know, and people don't know, is that you said hundreds of years from now. But hundreds of years from now, they'll be able to access these shows like this.
Right.
And that's the thing. I always tell guys all the time, Moshe, that, before I leave, usually when I close my show out, I tell them to think about the graveyard. I tell them that everybody there thought they had tomorrow coming to them. What are you going to do? Like live every day like it's your last. And the thing about us that saddens me about most black men is that when they're dead, their voice they will not be a voice. They will just be nothing. I mean, think about all the black men, uh, yesterday who died that we don't know about, who didn't have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about you, O'Shea, is that you have a voice, and the great thing about that is you're gonna live beyond your years, and that's the powerful richness that you have that we're trying to get young black men to see. You got to do, you got to build, you got to leave something behind where you can live on, either through your kids, through your work, or even these things, these great vlogs and these vlogcasts and things that O'Shea is doing. That's all I wanted to say on that, man.
And thanks for that. Like I just got to, you guys got to be practical with your information. You got to understand as a group of black men, people are not going to bail you out. Athletes are not going to bail you out. It's going to take you to bail your own self out, right? It's going to be for you to doing things that you don't want to do. It's going to, so again, that's what it's going to take. But Steve, let's talk about another thing. I want to talk about fast talking niggas. Now, fast talking niggas don't always lie. Okay, they are chronic liars, but fast talking niggas have some truth molded into those lies, right? Because a slick con man cannot lie all the time. All right, you're not gonna lie all the time. And the thing about it is, we have to understand that even the devil tells the truth sometimes. My dad used to always tell me a wrong clock is right twice a day. So the fast talking nigga will sometimes tell the truth. You'll be able to verify certain things about him, little things in there. Like he'll tell you his name is this, his name might be that. Tell you he lives in this city, his name might. But again, remember that the fast talking nigga is not so dumb that he lies about everything. Because his job is to build credibility about some things. And then once the credibility is, he'll lie about a lot of things, but he has to get you in with a little bit of truth. And this is what we want you to understand about this game, is that these niggas will not always lie all the time. They will come in with some truth, right? But you got to keep fact checking them anytime you do business with somebody. Always fact check them all the time, continuously. Make them put receipts continuously, because once you start trusting them, and then they can start. Then that's when they start lying, and then you start trusting them, giving them money and shit like that. You must always fact check niggas. If it sounds too good, it is too good.
Yeah,
let's talk to Steve about that real quick.
You're two things. You're 100% right on that. The first thing I want to say is that think about, again, you got to understand that the majority of you guys are the mark, meaning that if we playing pool, you know what? Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, hey, man. I ain't really played pool that well, but you know what? You look like you. I think I could beat you in some pool. Hey, man, why don't we go ahead and put $100 on the game? Damn, man, you beat me. Fuck, man. Look, man. Fuck it, man. Let's go double or nothing, man. Fuck it. Let me try to get my money back, man. Let me get my money back. Damn, I lost some. Man, fuck. All right, man. Man, I normally don't do this, but man, you got 200 of my dollars, man. Look, man, why don't we go ahead? Look, I think I can come up with it. You know what? Fuck it. I got $1,000, man. I've been losing all day to you, but I think I can beat you right now. Come on, let's just one more go. You put up 1,000, I put up my 1,000. Let's try it. And then he take all your fucking money like Vegas does, because he'll fill you up with a pipe dream. And that's the problem with you guys. They will, again, like O'Shea said, they will be honest. But when you're the mark, they don't care. All they care about is that what is a magician? The magician wants you to look at him. He doesn't want you to see what's going on over here. Just keep your eyes focused on me. And that's the problem. Y'all are caught up in some stuff that a lot of you don't even realize you in until it's too late. It's like quicksand, O'Shea. Once they in, you can't get out, because the more you wiggle, the deeper you fall in. And that's why you got to be logical, and you got to cut through the bullshit. And it's like O'Shea was saying, do your homework, check your receipts. Anybody you trying to do business with, look at the lives that he has changed. And I'm not talking about that. See, the name of the game these motherfuckers do, they'll go grab a photo of some motherfucker from the internet and they'll post a picture up and then they'll write some, well, hey, yeah, I checked out Fufu's rice and patty thing and it was the best thing ever. And that's all they will do. Even in Amazon, they pay people to write what is that? Give you stars and try to up your book ratings and stuff. It is all a fucking scam at the end of the day until you realize you do your homework on who you want to follow. But first, O'Shea, what they got to do is you got to know not know what success is, but find somebody who has what you want, where he can get you where he is at, and then maybe you go on to another thing. But you're not going to do it by yourself. If you think you can do it by yourself with your world is flat thinking, you're not going to get anywhere in life, man. O'Shea? Oh, dude, let me see here. Okay, he just stepped out for a second. So 515-605-9373 is the number. Press 1, and we'd like to have you guys in. Let me see. 316. I think you've already. Did you have a question, 316?
I don't, sir. I'm just listening. Do you want me to hang up and leave the queue?
No. You're fine. We'll just throw you back in. You're good. 901. Did you have a question?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay, sir. All right, no problem. We'll throw you back in. But yeah, what's important for you young men to always realize at the end of the day, the only one who can do good for you is you. Now, and I want to go back to talking to you guys that say that, okay, I'm broke, I'm poor, I don't have any money. But let me ask you, where are you spending your money at? How are you eating? Are you going out and spending too much on food? When I was doing what I was doing, man, ramen noodles and fucking hamburger helper. That was all I lived off of. That was all I could afford. That was all I chose to afford. I never bought after high school, and this is only after high school. After high school, I didn't buy expensive brand name clothes and stuff. When I was struggling, I bought the things that looked half decent. That was it. But what I'm saying for you guys out there, look at your clothes that you're wearing right now. Look at all the investments that some of you have put in your vehicles, in your house, or the things around you. But you're not investing in yourself. You know, tomorrow's Friday. And anybody that knows me, you know what I'm going to be watching on Friday for 1 hour, Shark Tank. For 1 hour, I love Shark Tank. And one of the most arrogant motherfuckers on there is he's like, there's two guys that want me. I want to meet Larry David because I feel he's like a funny motherfucker. But I want to meet Mr. Wonderful because he tells it like it is. He doesn't pull any punches. He doesn't give a fuck. Mr. Wonderful started off poor, and now he is a billionaire. But even though he has billions, he's still man enough to check motherfuckers and tell them that, hey, this is just a fucking dream. This ain't real. Get the fuck off this. Now he won't cuss at him and stuff. But that's what I'm saying for you guys. You got to change the way that you think. You've got to change your habits. And care for Kevin O'Leary. Yes, you got to change the way that you think. Now, am I a fast talker? No. It's just I know my shit. Let's see. Who is that? Miss Force or whatever. Miss Tasteful. I can't even fucking pronounce your fucking name. But if you got a question, call in and ask me myself, am I a fast talker? Because like I tell you guys, don't believe me, don't trust me. Anybody that is a client of mine, I tell them don't trust me, don't believe me. The lives that I changed, then judge me off of that. So hopefully that answered your question. But if guys, y'all want to call in, 515-605-9373 is the number. Press 1 and we would love to have you guys in. But well, Mark Cuban, I don't like Mark Cuban that much. My favorite one is Mr. Wonderful. Mark Cuban to me is just a pompous asshole. I think he's the asshole on the show. The guy Robert, he's the nice guy. Damon John, he's I don't know, he's loosening up now. Because if you watch how he used to be more of an asshole. But the thing that I love about Shark Tank, is that to be able to talk to these guys, have a dinner with them, will be like $40,000 just for a plate. $40,000 a plate. $40,000 just to have them come and talk to you for an hour. Not only do you get to see success stories, but you get to hear the language of billionaires. There's a language that they have. You've got to learn the language. Not to say you're going to become billionaires, but what I want you to become is entrepreneurs. And like O'Shea's always telling you, to build things, to create things. I always tell you guys, if you can draw cartoons, puppet shows, Barney, and we talked about Disney yesterday. Mickey, Walt didn't have much fucking money. He just had an idea. And that's where all this stuff starts at. O'Shea, you back, man?
Yeah, I'm back. And I just wanted to say on what you're talking about, I just checked our Google Analytics for this. Brothers, already this month, not included today, we have 1,034 shares for the Brother Peel. Okay. And I want to tell you guys, I really thank you for that. So last month we had only 684. This month already more than 300 plus shares. And that has resulted in more subscribers to this channel. Listen, brothers, you're doing such an excellent job, man. And I thank you. Steve thanks you. Okay, you guys are slowly but surely are helping this podcast get better. Again, if you are in the chat right now, consider sharing the podcast. Consider liking the video. Let me just shout out some people if they have super chatted when I was out. Trapstar Bango, watch people's actions and lead by example. So again, this is a late night show. To the last few nights, we will be back on prime time tomorrow. I can assure you that. But we do thank you guys. Steve, you have a show tomorrow, right?
Just an hour, just for an hour.
An hour, okay. What time is the show typically?
6 to 7 East. So yeah, 6 to 7 East.
Okay, so we'll do it after that show is over. We'll do it after that show is over.
7 to 9. We go 7 to 9, 9:30, 7 to 10. Yeah.
Okay. So let me see here. Do we have any? I don't know, man. Do we have anything else that we wanted to mention on this particular show?
Well, no, not really. If anyone wants to call in now's the time to call in before we wrap things up. If you have any questions, now, hey, O'Shea, now is the time to call in and ask about anything that you want to ask.
Yeah. Now, if you want to call in and ask about any fucking thing, go ahead and do so. Also, for those of you who have not gotten the free ebook, drop your email. Like I said, and for those of you who are new, I might even give you a free shout out, right? If you wanted to be. So if you haven't gotten the ebook yet, drop your email and I'll shout you out and confirm to the site. Only if you confirm, why you can call in and talk, okay? So if you want to be a part of the show and you have not gotten the ebook, How to Stop Sipping in 24 Hours, drop your email. We'll collect your email and send it to you right now while we're on the show. I will even give you a shout out towards, so since we're in with the show right now. But call in and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. And Steve, let me talk about this real quick while we're waiting for people. Let's just talk about the success of this show. We started this show in July, I believe, was our first podcast.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Did you think that this show would end up at least growing to what it's growing to now?
No, I didn't even think it was going to ever be. I didn't think it was going to be a show like this. It was always you, Dad. It was O'Shea. It was always your show. It was always your baby. People come in and you interview them and you keep it moving, man. That's all hey, I told you I would pay. Again, because I see the value in it, that I would pay for an interview because I see the value in it, man. So I never, nope.
Steve, listen, the Brother Peel podcast has been going since July 27th. That was our first show, July 26th. It is now October, what? So we've been doing this show for 3 months. Let's see. Yeah, 90 days. And you've had people call in talking about that you changed their lives. Had people call in and say all these great things about how they've been helped by your advice. How do you feel about that? Like that this show every day, a good number of black men want to listen to the advice that we're going to have, or we other brothers call in, dropping knowledge. How does that feel to know that every day you get on, you have people that are looking for this show?
Well, it's a humbling feeling, but it's as it's like you breathe it in for a second, but then you gotta get focused again. You know what I mean? Because it's not really about us. It's about changing lives. You know what I mean? It's like the joy that I get out is changing the life or perspective or mindset. When the great thing I love the most is when that guy realizes the world isn't as flat as he thought it was, and he realizes all his life that he has been living under this lie, and he just that's where the excitement comes, because that individual is an open sponge that is willing to learn and is and will learn, and that to me is what I live for, man. I live for moments like that, helping guys out, man.
Yeah, man. And like I said, the last few shows that we have, and I've just been noticing the climbs, man. And the friend requests, not the friend requests, but I've been noticing okay. So Steve, let's look at this real quick. October the 1st, we had 15 shares. Second, 21. Third, 11. Fourth, 23. Right. And then it kind of went, and then, whatever, it wasn't consistent. But let's look at the last week. The 18th, 38 shares. The 19th, 28. Then the 20th, 65. 21st, 70. 22, 57. 23rd, 61. 24th, 108 shares. And then the 25th, we had 62 shares. This is just what I want to say, man. You brothers who are really engaging with this content, and shout out to Carlos Jean, shout out to O'Shea and Steve. Entertainment and tough love for real, man. Thank you. Need that ebook on Snowball. The ebook is ready.
I'm laughing at that shit.
Vic Ade, I do not answer questions without super chats, player. Sorry. It's 515-605-9373. If you want to talk, call in. But I really, Steve, you're posting wrong. You put 5115. You see that number you're posting?
Shit, man. Fuck. Oh.
All right, Just Travel Out. Let me get Just Travel Out right there. Thanks so much for Just Travel Out. You guys, you brothers, man, are really engaging with the content that we have. Those of you got the free ebook, you've really told people about us. And Just Rap a Lot, man. Check your email and hit confirm to join the Negro Manosphere. And let's see this one. Yeah. Oh, Chris Pride. Okay.
You're up to 4 in the queue, sir.
In the queue. Okay, go ahead and bring them on.
Okay, area code 313. Did you have something to say? It's an open floor right now, so whatever you want to talk about, whatever's on your mind. But we do have other calls. What you got, man?
Hey, it's Cupcake Larry. How you doing?
Oh,
play the music.
God damn it, Larry. It's been a long motherfucking time.
What up, Larry?
Hold on, Larry. We gotta bring you in right and not bring you in at all. You know what I mean? Let's bring you in right, man.
Somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry, Cupcake Larry.
Come on, everybody, say it one time. Let's do it. Motherfucking Cupcake. All right, what's up? What's up, Larry?
What's up, brother? Hey, man, I'm glad to be back in the U.S. I was down in the Bahamas on vacation for a while. Yeah. So I was calling in to add to the conversation to have you all include the fact that brothers should abide by the law and abide by the processes, normal processes of doing business. Like if somebody wants to put like something in your name, like a utility or cell phone, or let's say like I even dealt with it. Had a deal back in like 19 years ago where a guy was we were doing a real estate deal and he was in bankruptcy. And you know, I was like, I shouldn't do it. Maybe I did, but that was back in my cupcake days. Real super nice guy days. You know, I rolled the dice and I got burned. You know, so it's like, how can you have somebody in business doing performing with you, and they're in bankruptcy, or even if they say, "Oh, it's a fraudulent bankruptcy," so you gotta eliminate all the shadiness out of your deal, and just like what O'Shea said, you have to make guys present their receipts and do background checks, do credit check the women that you think you're gonna marry or whatever. Do Intellius background check. See what all type of cases that they've been involved in, whether they got kicked out of apartments or got sued or whatever. That this is essential in doing business and in order to prevent ourselves from being screwed.
You bring up a good point, Steve. A lot of us don't think about checking females' credit history, credit report. Should we do a show on that tomorrow, Steve?
If you want to, as I always tell them motherfuckers to do that shit. They don't want to listen to Uncle Steve.
Oh, we're gonna do that tomorrow. So we're gonna let Steve weigh in on that shit. Dealing with women with bad credit. How about that? That sounds good. Let's talk about that. Let's lead off into it, Steve. Why is so important to check these females' credit?
Well, remember, and I stress this, she is a representation of your last name. And when y'all become a quote unquote married couple, you take on all her debt, her fucked up ass, dumbass decisions, and all that other silly shit that she's been doing all her life. And you don't want that. I want you guys to say, you know what? I love you. You my girl. But before I put this ring on your finger, you got to clean that shit up. You got all your debt, you got to clean up. All your credit score, you got to bring that up, because your credit score can affect my credit score, and I ain't having that shit. So no, it's so much to say on that shit.
Steve, I think that's a good point, man. Cupcake, man, you still on the line?
No, I just muted. I'm bringing him back in. You go.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you bring it back in. But yeah, I think what you're saying, man, is some true shit, fam. You saying some true stuff.
Yeah, like I did an Intelli search on this girl once, and she had what they call an unlawful detainer on her credit on her Intellius search through Intellius.com. I didn't know where it went, and we moved in together. All of a sudden, she started, they messed up. Start saying, they messed up my check. I ain't got all the money. They messed up my hours. They're gonna put it on the next check or whatever. And I actually looked up that term called unlawful detainer. And that's when you throw somebody out because they ain't paid no rent. So you gotta really check people back.
Yeah, but they squatters now, dog. Women can squat now.
Oh yeah.
Now watch out.
What does that term mean, Steve? I'm sorry.
Squatter is somebody that stays in your place. You could kick them out, but there's like a 30-month rule, a squatting rule that you can't kick them out. That squatting is someone that's like O'Shea. That's like me coming to your crib right now and say, hey, I'm squatting, and you can't kick me out.
Wow.
See, now in the state of Michigan, if you as much as I learned this the hard way back in 1998, if you as much as let a lady stay overnight in your house and she leaves, or anyone leaves as much as a toothbrush behind, if they refuse to leave, you gotta go to the landlord tenant court to kick them out.
Exactly. So you gotta be careful about that.
Wow. That's crazy, yo.
You gotta keep them bum ass bitches out of your system. And you know, if you're a brother, you work hard. I mean, out of your vicinity, not just out of your vicinity. So it's like when I was down in the Bahamas, they said, "Hey man, you going on an excursion?" I said, "Nah, I'm gonna stay with the white folks." He's like, "What? What you staying with the white folks for?" I'm like, "I'm staying where there's maximum security." You know, all right. I ain't going out with some bum ass niggas. You know?
All right, Larry.
I ain't gonna hang on with the folks. You know.
Oh, Larry, you taking that shit somewhere? We got like 6 callers waiting to talk to O'Shea, man. So
anyway, I'm gonna keep calling back. I had to host on her first, then I went on vacation to the Bahamas. You hear from me soon.
All right, we love you, Larry. Thanks.
Shout out to Larry, man.
Have a good one.
All right, man. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 waiting in the queue, sir.
All right, yeah, go ahead and put him on, man.
1, 4. Did you have a question or comment for O'Shea?
Yeah, this is Jermaine from Facebook. I had a comment, a small Centel, and that'd be about it. But my comment was, I actually got some game to give away. And for dudes who got apartments that go through a rotation of multiple women, you niggas need to go ahead and have a lint brush and a bottle of spray alcohol. So if you're gonna have a constant rotation of women, you got to lint brush your bed to make sure you don't have any traction from another chick that was just in your bed. Because I've heard some dudes get caught up, like, you know how a chick could be at a guy's house and this ain't my hair and so and this and that. And the alcohol is to, mask the smell of the woman that come around because they got glitter and perfume and makeup and all that old bullshit. But another Centel, I wanted to give you a Centel real quick. Well, not a Centel, my bad. It's some shit that happened last night. I was at the chick house, showered up with her, did the whole fun fucking and all that shit. So she laid up next to me. She was like, I sure got to pay all these bills. I'm not going broke and shit like that. I was like, I'll figure that shit out, baby. So I guess she's trying to get me to bait me in. And it segues to another question to your topic of fast talking niggas. What kind of line do these women come up with, or examples of lines that they come up with to tell a man that they need something done or they trying to get over on you? So if dudes can figure this shit out, they won't have to be trying to figure out what they really mean.
Well. Let me say something on your first statement that you said. You don't need alcohol and a lint brush. If we teach guys that, look, you just change the sheets, big dog. Change the sheets. You shouldn't be fucking. You should always have at least three different styles of sheets in your closet that you can switch up all the time. You shouldn't have to use the same sheets over and over again, big dog. And number 2, trust me, having perfume, don't use no alcohol to take away the perfume, because that's the thing I always tell you guys. Having a reputation is a turn on to a woman, not a turn off. Having a woman over your house and she smells perfume on another woman is a turn on, because it shows that she is not the only one. See, when a woman knows that you're the only motherfucker that she has, there's nothing special about you. But women want what they can't have. So that's just, I wanted to just say that. But O'Shea, what did you have for a second comment question?
No, man, that's actually pretty good, because that is it's a deep game right there, man. The lint brush thing and all this are like, here's the thing with this, right? If you're dealing with, because there's been a few times where I fucked different bitches in the same day, and I actually left a condom in the trash can, and I had to lie out of that situation. If you're dealing with some of these broads, man, and you gonna fuck more than one of them in the same day, you gotta kind of understand, man. Like, chicks, they have a very good idea how your shit looks and what's not right. If they've been there before. I would say this, and I don't know if Steve gonna agree with me. If you gonna fuck a bitch more than one in one day, don't be stupid enough to do it at your house. Knock one of them off at your house and knock another one off someplace else. Number one, I don't even think you should be bringing bitches to your spot like that in the first place. If you just fucking on her and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You don't want a lot of these bitches knowing where you live, because a lot of these bitches are, what'd you say?
The reason I brought it up was because when women normally see me, they be like, yeah, I know he fucking more than one woman. And, them hoes like to feel comfortable and special and all that shit. And
but that's
one reason why I did bring it up.
No, but that's a good, okay.
Yeah, that's one.
When you have when you have a reputation and they know you fucking, that's a good thing, because your time makes them feel special. See, you don't have to do anything to make them feel special. It's giving them your time because they know you have multiple women. But instead of you being with all those women, you spending time with her. That's what makes her special. It's not you doing for her, it's giving her a little bit of your time. I want the thing I want you guys to have, I want you to have a reputation. I want you to be the guy that's fucking a lot of women because to a woman, that's a challenge to try to throw the pussy at you to conform you into being that one woman guy. Let the games begin.
Yeah. So with that being said, how do you get about if she wants you to be that one guy so bad, and let's say the guy finally gives into that woman, how's that man supposed to, just hypothetically speak, how's the man supposed to, remain that challenge even though she has that quote unquote title or whatnot?
Well, it's not a challenge. It's about what is. See, to be with a man. Listen to me. Listen, if you want to be with me, you have to show me why you are worthy of my time. See, the thing that TV has lied to you guys, they make it like you the idiots and buffoons and shit, and you gotta bend over backwards and compromise and shit. Fuck no. Fuck them women.
Yep.
You know what? This is what it is. It's all about what is and not what could be. And if you don't like it, bye. If you don't, bye.
And
that's it.
And that's why those bitches love me, because I'm always being me.
And never sway from you. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got other calls, but never sway, sir. O'Shea, do you have anything on that, man?
No. I'm good on that one.
All right. Well, thank you, 214, for the call. We got 2 more calls left in this show.
All right.
I think
shout out to you, Jermaine.
Yeah, 262. Did you have a question, sir?
Yeah, it's Steph. What's up, Steve and O'Shea? I know y'all said we can ask any questions, right?
Yeah, it's open floor.
All right, bet. So I was arguing with this lady on Facebook today, and she's in this Hebrew Israelite group, bullshit. And she was saying that she was like, I'll teach my sons to never go outside their race, to always stay with the black woman. And I said that, I was like, so you would teach your sons to only date black women? What about Latinos, Asians, and Caucasians? And she said, no, I would not teach them that. And then, and I remember I overheard somebody saying that white men and black women are the most racist people on the planet Earth. But Steve, I want to ask you, why do black women say these things and raise their sons up to think this way?
Well, you understand something. Mom loves you, okay? But one thing most black women fear are non-black women, because they know they're losing their black men because of their attitudes and behaviors. We can go a ton of things they're doing. They're losing their black men. So what they're doing is they're trying to scare their sons. Remember, there's only one person that loves you, and it's mommy. Do you want to upset mommy? Do you want to disappoint mommy? Then listen to mommy. And mommy doesn't want you to date out your race, even though you might like a woman that's blue. She might be blue and have fucking 3 eyes. Doesn't matter. If you like her, you like her. You like what you like. But what mom does is she scares you into doing what she says. So if you listen to her right then, let me tell you, she will always meddle in your relationships. No matter what you're doing, when you get engaged and you have your engagement, oh no, the drapes need to be changed. We need to do it at another venue. She's always going to put her claws in the shit. You're married. She's always going to be a part of it. She's always going to get in the middle of it. So that's why it's important. Listen, love your mom. But the best thing my mother taught me was judge every person on how they treat you. And if a person is treating you right, no matter what race or ethnicity they are, it's fine by me. I was never boxed in. So I'm not telling you, listen, if you feel that you want to please your mom, I'm not here to tell you not. But I'm just saying, for you young men, at the age of 8 or 7, there has to be a cut. There has to be a cut of the umbilical cord where you no longer relate to mom. But unfortunately for you guys that don't have any guidance, you carry this over until adulthood.
That's true.
So it's hard to say no to mom because you think, you know, you're disappointing mom. If I do this, you know, I like this girl. Okay, let's say she's orange. She's orange and she's like fucking got blue hair. I don't fucking know. And I really like her. But I can't be with her because if I'm with her, I'm going to disappoint my mother. And I can't disappoint my mother. So I'm just going to do what she wants me to do instead of what I want to do. O'Shea, what do you got on that, man?
No, man, I talk about this. You spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on, man. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, love your mom. But there has to come a time when you tell mom, I'm a man.
You know, I have me and my girl, we've been together for 2.5 years, and she's black, but it's not about the color, like you said, it's the behaviors. And
yes.
She's very submissive, you know what I'm saying? And her behaviors line up to how I want her to be.
Wonderful.
But, you know, if my mama did have a problem about, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, no, we're listening. Go ahead.
If my mom did have a problem about who I was dating, I don't give a fuck because I don't live my life on no one's approvals. I live my life on my terms.
Yeah. Well, I wish all black men thought that way, but unfortunately they don't. Because mom knows how to guilt you. Because when you don't have a dad, mom plays dad as well. And what mom does is she indoctrinates her emotions in you where she guilts you into things. Oh, you don't want to listen to your mother. First thing are the gator tears. And then if you can get past that level, you level up and get past the gator tears. Then when mom doesn't call you or ignore you, it hurts because you still have that attachment and that umbilical cord to mom. So all you want to do is please your mom. You don't want to upset your mom. You don't want to make your mom mad or anything like that. So you'll listen to everything she says, and she's going to dictate your life, and she's going to make you crash and burn. Because a woman cannot teach you how to be a man. She can teach you how to say yes, no, please, and thank you. She can teach you those things, but she cannot teach you something she's not. So only thing she can do is take you out of your nature. And guess what? What happens when you like, damn, mom, you know, I can talk to you. Mom, I want to fuck that girl over there. You know, she got that little fat, you know, things you can talk to your dad about. Yeah, I want to fuck that girl. She got a nice little fat ass, mom. How can, no, you need to get to know her better. She's a good girl. And young man, when you take her out, you make sure you have flowers. You go to O'Shea Do Jackson's and get those roses and that teddy bear, and you be a nice individual because you don't want to upset mom, do you? And that's where y'all motherfuckers be going wrong, man. O'Shea, you got anything else on that?
Oh man, that shit is fucking solid. That's just the truth, bro. That's how that shit works, dog. That's exactly how that shit works.
That is the truth.
Yeah. So love your mom.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Last time, we got other calls, but yeah. Love your mom, but no matter any choice you make, never let your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, cousins, friends have any influence on your decision. You can ask what they think about your decision, but never give them the power of influence over your decisions. You are your own king. You are your own man, your fucking warrior. You don't listen to nobody but you. You can ask for advice, but you make the final fucking decision. Fuck them. All right, big dog. Much love, 262. We'll throw you back in the queue, man.
Much love.
All right, no doubt, fam. All right, O'Shea, we got 2 more left in the show, man.
Okay, go ahead and take it 2.
All right, 216, and then we got a 111. 216, what you got for us, man?
Yo, there's 3 things that I got for y'all. What you said about the black woman fear other races, that's true. I agree with that totally 100% on that. Then another thing you said telling people to start investing more into themselves. I agree with that 100%. Well, this is what I want to say. I had an argument with a person about 3 weeks ago about this situation. Now, here's a guy. He gets a lot of money, make plenty of money,
but his woman, works at a bar as a bartender. So me and him, we was talking. So we got into a full-fledged argument. We was about to fight about this. I said, how do you have your woman working at a bar under another man's rules when you get money, you could take that money and buy your own bar and let her work for you? Oh, fuck that. How you gonna tell me about my woman? This, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I say, man, she's working for another man. Another guy's her boss. Why you can't just have her working for you? You get money by your own bar, and you know that's what she like to do. Long story short, come to find out, the girl is just fucking the bar. What you say about that?
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. So, Steve, you heard that one, right?
Oh, Shay, I'm dead ass serious. And it made me think when Steve said, invest in yourselves, and like, you know what I'm saying, when he just said it not too long ago, invest in yourselves, it just clicked in my head. It made me think about this scenario because this guy gets plenty of money. I mean, he's no broke dude. And his woman is a bartender working for another man. And I'm like, why don't you you got the money, why don't you just buy your own bar and put the lights, you know that's what she likes to do, and y'all run it together.
Oh, well,
I don't understand that.
Well, two things, big dog. Number one, maybe that guy, being a bartender isn't just getting a bar. It's liquor licenses, and it's a lot of steps. I'm not saying he doesn't want to, but what I'm saying is that this is what I always say, that money doesn't make you a man. Just because you have money doesn't make your woman want to stay with you. Now, here's the thing. You can't control what a woman does. A woman is going to do what she wants to do. But I think the problem with your friend is he never let her know by fucking up. We done. Matter of fact, when he found out she was fucking the other guy, what did he do?
I don't know. I just found this out about a week ago.
Well,
this girl told me that she been fucking the bar owner.
Well,
she been fucking me for a long time.
Well, and here's the thing about a lot of women ain't shit, man. I'm not generalizing, but again, I wouldn't tell him to get his own bar because that's a lot of steps, dog. It's a lot of shit to get a bar.
No. I know the point I was trying to make to him was, why do you have her working for somebody else anyway? This your woman, and you got stuff going on. Why don't you and her build yourself up together, and work for each other, invest in yourselves?
Right.
That's my whole. That was my whole issue about that. I just use that as an example.
Right. Well,
to him. Him got to arguing about it.
Is that his girl or his wife?
Man, that's his woman, man. They live together and everything, man. They live together and everything.
Wife?
She got a nice car, huh?
Is that a roommate or a wife?
Man, they common law married, put it like that. They just common law married. They've been together for like 7 years.
Then fuck, bye. Hey, you ain't my, I know they common law married, but they just roommates, dog. They just roommates. And you know why she's probably fucking the other guy is because most women listen to me, if you're living with a woman for more than a year and maybe no more than 2 years and you haven't proposed to her, then you on your way down. Because she might stick with you, she might stay with you, but she's not going to be happy because all her friends are getting married and she's racing and rotting her body away, where she could be using that for another guy who might want to marry her. I'm just saying, man. I always tell guys, there's got to be a limit, man. 7 years, too long. O'Shea, what do you got on that, man?
Well, I didn't hear that part.
Hold on. The point I was just trying to make to the dude was like, damn, man, why is you letting her work for somebody? My whole issue with him was, why you got her working for somebody else when she could be working for you? I don't understand. I don't understand that, man. Well, you don't work for nobody, so why you got your woman working for somebody? That don't make sense to me.
Yeah, but you want time to miss. Here's the problem: when you're working with your woman, y'all are up under each other all the time, and after a while, y'all gonna get on each other's fucking nerves. I don't see any problem with a woman working or having a job outside of her thing, because remember, they're not married. So if we're gonna talk about this tomorrow, if we're not married, don't ask me for shit. Don't even ask me for gas money. Don't ask my motherfucking ass for shit. Because you responsible for you. You ain't my motherfucking wife. I'm not paying that shit. But no, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But I'm just saying that I just, for me.
So was I wrong for saying that to him?
Yeah, well, for me,
to be honest, was I wrong?
Well, I feel, the reason I would say yes is because people have to work, man. And just because, let me give you an example. If you had the money 216, okay, let's say you were the ball, you had the money, and your girl was working at, I don't know, fucking Dairy Queen. No disrespect. I'm just saying she had Dairy Queen. You know what? You keep working at Dairy Queen, I'll keep making my money over here. Now, if you become my wife, that might be a different thing then, because then our money's going to accumulate, right? But if if we just fucking technically, and we roommates, and I can get rid of your ass anytime I want to, fuck you.
Okay, I got you. Okay, now I understand what you're saying. I get it. Yeah. She got to be your wife. I get it.
Yeah, wife. Yeah, not just some woman that you staying with, dog. That ain't worth you going through all the trouble and getting a bar over a motherfucker who don't got your last name, man.
Okay. All right, I get it. Now you said wife. Okay, so you put it just second when you said wife. I get it now.
Okay, man.
All right, shout out to Nook. Hey, man, Nook and Steve been getting along pretty good lately, dog.
All right.
You said what?
I said Steve and Nook been getting along the last few shows, dog. That shit is crazy, man.
I like good. When I hear good material, man, I love it. I mean, just what it is. When I hear good material, I love it. And I like it. I don't want to be on no bullshit. I like to put my input in on some good shit. Period. That's just how it is. Ain't nothing wrong. We can disagree. We can agree. It don't matter. We ain't gonna go no further than that.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you guys beef was really good, man. Shit was crazy. Like, hey man, fuck Steve. Shout out to Nook, man. He always a moderator, came from Facebook. He's always calling in. I'm gonna work with Nook, man. I'm gonna call you when I get the show. We're gonna hook some things up, man. But let me just say this real quick. Yeah, I just want to say this real quick, man. This podcast is really turning into something great, man. I want to shout out to everybody. If you guys still are in the chat room, hit the like button. For those of you people, again, this is a black male show, right? All the people that's been supporting, like, you know, Howard always supports, all Carlos. We looking for you new brothers, right? The new brothers, we want to bring you guys in. The $1 super chats, the $2 super chats. The reason why we want you to bring you guys in is because black male media, to keep it getting better, right? To give you guys the stuff, we need support from the new people. We want to get new brothers, right, into this. New brothers on the Patreon, $5 a month, right? We have unlimited content over there that's not on here, okay? And it helps fuel what we're trying to do in the future. So 169 brothers watching, if you are a person that hasn't donated before and you have an Android phone and you really appreciate what we do, drop $1, drop $2. And the reason why, it ain't gonna hurt you or nothing to do it. And we want you to get into fellowshipping with us, supporting black male media, because we do this show for you, right? So we ain't trying to break your pockets or nothing like that. We want all brothers to understand, in order for you to have your own media, your own voice, your own shows, that you guys got to contribute, right? So you contribute by telling people about it. You contribute by telling people about Steve, about his products and stuff like that. And then also, if you're a guy like, I don't know if I would really trust you niggas like that, then get our ebook. The ebook's free. Drop your email. And then what we do is we send the ebook to you, read it. And then that's can make a decision if you want to support us or not. All right. So again, new people, drop the super chat money to help get involved in this. Steve, any more callers?
One more, and I gotta work. I gotta do my 9 miles and shit. All right,
you're gonna be fat, nigga.
I gotta do that shit, dog. One. What's your name? What you got?
Hey, how y'all doing? Just say I appreciate the show. This is a good show. Y'all should keep it up. I appreciate what I'm learning and everything. But the question that I had was more based for Steve. A few calls back, you was talking about how women, they like to fuck men that they can tell has women, and
Yes.
that when they come to your home, they like to see the perfume and smell that and all that
Well,
type
not
of
see
thing.
it, not say they like it, but if they notice it. But go ahead, I'm listening to you, sir.
Yeah, but my question is because see, I just got out of a relationship about a year ago, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm kind of been in a drought or whatever, and the last few women that I've tried talking to, it kind of fell through. So I'm thinking maybe they was getting the vibe that you was talking about, Steve. That maybe they felt that I didn't have no hoes or no women or nothing. So my thing to you is like, how do you go about that if you're not in that situation? Should I fake it? Should I like buy some perfume, have it around the house? Like, how do I go about that?
Here's the first problem. You're not getting them to your house right off the bat, man. It's going to take a few dates or maybe a few conversations. But let me ask you a question. Give me your approach. When you walk up to a woman, what do you say to her? Walk me through it. Let's say you see a woman at O'Shea Do Jackson. She's just chilling at the bar or whatever. Or no, she's in front of the store. How do you approach her? What do you say to her?
I usually just say, how you doing? I get her name. I say, how you doing? I say, what you up to or whatever. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I mean, I get nervous and shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I usually try to get that.
But that's strike one. That's strike one. So every negative, just give yourself a -5. Okay, think that you're at ground zero. Okay, ground zero. Every negative thing that you say, I'm gonna say if I say -5, that's a negative. Okay, so right now you're already at -5 with the nervousness. Okay, that's a negative because and the nervousness is not good. Okay, that's a -5. So what do you say to her? Okay, you say how you doing, what's your name? You ask her what she up to.
Yeah, yes.
Another
or,
negative,
what she's doing.
another -5. Who are you? You're a complete stranger. That's none of your business what she's up to. So that's another turn off. So you're at -10. So what do you do after that?
Then, if she answer me and I feel her vibe, then if I feel like I can get her number, then I'll proceed to ask for her number.
There.
But
you get a -10 for that because as a man, you don't take a woman's number. The reason why you take, that's the problem you guys have. When you take a woman's number, you're running behind her. You're blowing up her phone. You're kissing her ass. You're saying to her that, look, I'm not good enough. Will you please answer the phone? If she likes you and you give her your number and she calls you, that means she likes you, right? That's simple, right?
Right.
But right now, you're already in the dark right now because you're nervous. You're asking questions that you shouldn't be asking. And you ask for a phone number. After you ask for a phone number, what do you do then?
Then, nothing from there. Then maybe, I guess we part ways, and then I'll probably call her after a day or two. I'll let a day or two pass, and I'll text her or something.
-5. Now, when you want to, now you did all that work to wait 2 days to call her, huh? you did all that work fucking up. You already had -20 to wait a few days to talk to her.
Because I ain't trying to seem extra thirsty and shit.
You already thirsty by being nervous. You were thirsty by asking her personal questions. You're thirsty by asking for her phone number. You already thirsty, dog. She knows you're thirsty.
Man, I don't know, man.
I'm just trying to explain to you why it is. You're already starting below the surface already. By the way you approach her, the things you say, you asking for her number. Did you even tell her why you came over there?
Shit, no, not really. I just
all right. Another -5. Another -5 because you get a -5 because listen, that's why we call y'all cookie cutters. Because y'all guys walk up to these women and talk to them, and you don't even tell these bitches why you came over. And let me ask you this question. Go ahead and say no. Just say no right now before I even ask the question. Just say no.
No.
Okay, thank you. Now, let me ask the question. Now, did you tell her what your intentions are?
No. I say yeah.
What? What?
I mean, yeah, I asked him like, do you want to hang out or something? Do you want to get to know each other?
A -5 for do you want to hang out? And another -5. What did you just say? Do you want to hang out? What's the other fucking thing you say? Do you want to get to know?
You want to get to know?
Well, there's 2 -5s right there. Because when you go
All right, so
over,
what should I do then?
what you need to do is go to themanmindset.com, go all the way down to the bottom. Don't look at Steve in action, because that's me getting a woman off on the phone making her play with her pussy. You don't need that one. There's another one on there that shows you how to approach women absolutely free. I break it all down there, because what I'm saying to you real quick is this. If you don't let her know why you came over there, and you don't let her know what your intentions are, being assertive, of course, you're going to lose. Because if you leave it up to her ass, she's going to take you to O'Shea's, where they have the valet parking and they have the motherfucking maitre d's and all that shit, and take you for everything you got. She knows you want to get to know her better. So why do you want to say something that she already knows? As soon as you say hello to her, she knew you wanted to fuck her, right? Well, you didn't know that, but she did.
What? Yeah, I know she. I know she knows.
Yeah, but these are why you're having the problems. You're not getting any callbacks. You know why? Last problem. Because everybody before you and after you do the same things, and y'all are not even different. The only difference is your jobs. So she's like 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, or my mama told me to pick this one and you are not it. And then she just throw you in the trash. Just go to the next guy. Apple people pumpkin pie, who's not ready, you out. So there's nothing special about your approach. There's nothing special about what you're doing, because you're doing exactly what everybody else is doing. And that is why you are in the negative. She doesn't want guys like that. Now, again, if you want to put up her Christmas lights and her Halloween lights this weekend, you're perfect for her. She'll call you for that.
But see, my real question was, how do I get? Because I'm saying, like, maybe I'm giving off the wrong vibe. How do I give off the right vibe up to, like, where I don't, like, where you know, as a dude who fucks a lot of women, like, would give, like, that's what my real question was.
Because okay, we running low. I know I gotta get my workout. O'Shea getting tired. Okay, listen, this is what you need to do. What you need to do is go to the Man Mindset, go to the website, go to our live shows. We talk about this all the time. There are certain behaviors that you must have that you don't have, that show her that you have women. Because a man who gets pussy is going to tell a woman what is and not what could be. A man who gets pussy is going to say, call me, because he's selfish and conceited and everything's all about him. That's the guy that gets the pussy. The guy that gets the pussy is not going to ask a woman what she's up to or what she's doing right now, because he doesn't give a fuck what she's doing. He doesn't give a fuck about that shit. That's what I'm saying. So your behaviors are showing you why there's no interest. So you're talking about using perfume in the bedroom. You haven't even touched the door, buddy. I got in the car to the house. So, but we got to wrap this up. But no, if you want to know, just go to the Man Mindset. There's a lot of free information there. But yeah, you're in the negative, man. And if you call into what matter of fact, we got a show tomorrow between 6 and 7 p.m. East. Call in with that, and I'll be able to help you with the answers, but not on this show. This is not the time and place, okay?
Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to call in tomorrow. And like I said, just keep up the show. You guys are giving me a lot of great advice. And, you know, shout out to O'Shea and everybody. Keep up the good work.
How old are you right now? How old are you?
Actually, I just turned 31 2 days ago.
And what are you doing for Halloween? Real quick, O'Shea, last question. What are you doing for Halloween?
Shit, man, I ain't really got too much planned. I maybe hit a bar or something.
You get a negative 50 for that. Because if you were following Uncle Dean, you would know all week long. You know what I was doing all week? You know what I was doing since September 15th, dog? I've been setting up every guy on how to get pussy on this whole weekend. From today on to the 31st. I've even given guys swinger clubs where they're having Halloween events where they're sucking dick at these events.
But you gotta have, but don't you gotta have a girl to get into a swingers club? You can't get in there by yourself.
If you would listen to the shows, you would see that I give you the shows where you get into. So what you need to do is go listen to the last 2 weeks and see. I got the Halloween costume on my website. Now is the time. I don't know if you can do it, but go to the website, get the costume, and hopefully if you call tomorrow, I might look for some stuff up. But I'm just saying that this is your problem. You're like everybody else. Y'all ain't trying to fuck. Do you know women go? You know why women go to clubs on Halloween? You know why? Last question. This is the last question. No, fuck no. Nope, that's another -5 because you don't know. Nope. They go there because Halloween is the only day of the year they get to dress like sluts and whores and get away with it. The only day of the year where they get to wear skimpy outfits and get away with it. The only day. And you motherfuckers gonna stay home and y'all ain't trying to get that pussy. Go ahead and wrap this show up, O'Shea. I got it.
All right, listen, guys.
Hey, man, I need your number, bro.
Wait, go to the Man Mindset, send me an email, give me your number. Hey, this is the first time. Hey, you got to take my number. Just go to the Man Mindset, send me an email and your number, and I'll call you, man, okay?
All right.
So listen, man. Again, it's just 8:34. I don't have a rotation tonight, but listen, thank everybody for calling in, participating in the show. It's a late show again, but tomorrow I promise we'll be on a little earlier for people to catch us. I know you guys are missing us on the primetime shows, but again, I want to thank all of the moderators: Falcon Black, Carlos, JJ Redwood. All of you guys, man, that have been really trying to power the pill, the message of the brother pill. We do these shows every night, man, and you guys don't know it takes a lot of energy to do these shows, right? Because I have to wake up certain times to match up the time that you guys are on and still get on with my day, because typically I would wake up around like 6 o'clock or something like that. But obviously in America, most of the fan base is asleep. Because typically on these shows, we still get a good amount of people, but on our prime time, we can pull 200 to 300 people watching. It makes a big difference in the show numbers and the replays. So again, thank you guys for listening. Keep liking the video and sharing the video, right? So all of you dudes that are in here watching right now, if you can, share the video, like the video. It's really, really important to our analytics. Like I said, this channel has already gotten 1,000 shares. The majority have been from the Brother Pills in comparison to last month, where we only had about 684 shares. What that tells YouTube is, hey, people are sharing this channel. Let me promote it more. So, we want YouTube, who are using their platform, to help promote Rob Carpenter. How do I donate? If you have an Android phone, Rob, you can hit the super chat button in the chat. If you don't, you can join us on Patreon, or you can do a one-time payment on patreon.com Negro Manosphere, or you can do a PayPal donation. But again, brothers, we really thank you guys so much. So like I said, if you're an Android person, you want to donate, you get the Android emblem and do that, or go to patreon.com, or go to the PayPal, which I can give you the PayPal information. And again, for those of you, Steve the Dean, he does have content for the Man Mindset on the Patreon. So Steve, tell them about these guys who want your specific courses and materials, where they can get it at.
Yeah, they can go to the manmindset.com. And the thing I always tell you, like we talked about even on O'Shea's show, listen to the testimonials before you decide on anything and see what they say. Don't listen to me. Listen to the lives that I've changed, and then make your decision. Then send me an email and your number, because every client that I have, I make sure I talk to you one-on-one. I'm just not going to tell you to get a bunch of shit. I need to talk to you and see, number one, if you're teachable. Number two, what you need to know to get yourself ahead. So do those things. But I just want to say for you, O'Shea, hey guys, y'all gotta understand, O'Shea is right about what he's saying. You gotta understand something. It's really hard to swing on branches, peel bananas, and really break coconuts with rocks. So you gotta understand.
Bitch.
Get out with laughing. I just, hey guys, you just gotta understand O'Shea's plight. So we gonna try this. You gonna do the peel earlier, because when he gotta bust them coconuts with them rocks, he always scraping up his knuckle.
In Norwood, you have been banned from the channel, dog. I mean, I'm tired of you trolling, bro. So You don't really contribute. You don't contribute no money. You just talk a lot of shit. So, dude, you're not coming back on my channel. So you're banned. All right. Shout out to everybody. Peace out and see you tomorrow. I'm going right to sleep, man, because I got to get up and do some shit.
Yeah, I got to do my 9 miles, man. So I got to get the fuck off, man. Shit.
All right. Peace, everybody.